Good rising, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee Talk with Karen B, where I'm still doing shit. I don't have my other mic in front of my face. Let me put that away. Oh, what's up? I had to put my shit back together, and I don't have the same camera I used to have, and I look all weird and pasty again, and whatever. Welcome back. It is, April 17th, Moonday, and it is, wow, 9% waning, almost new moon. And it is week 2, sans Bob. Sorry, can't help but think about it that way. I mean, we did have the big memorial stream for Bob yesterday, and it was long. I couldn't stay for it all. I was trying to, but oh my gosh, after a while, I was like, oh boy, my butt hurts. I have to get out of here. But it was cool to see everybody there. There was a lot of great people on stream. Oh my gosh, you know what? I don't have coffee. Oh, and I didn't press go live on Rockfin. Oops. Live on Rockfin. I'm so out of it. And I've done a bunch of running around this morning already too. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? Hey, Valley Parks. I just see you with the green heart there, and I am so sorry for your loss. My heart goes out to you, lady. I know you've been going through a hard time while all of us here can't shut up about Bob, and you're missing your own husband, and I just want you to know that, you know, you're still in our thoughts, our prayers, and, you know, thinking of you. Didn't I give you back a wrench already? Why does everybody get so huffy about it? Corey 84 full. Benny Boy Coffee Brewing. Yeah, I don't have coffee, you guys. That's why I'm so lost. Here, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get coffee. Oh, whoops, let me put the little coffee thing. I'm gonna have to put a timestamp. I'm gonna have to put a timestamp on here to tell people when the stream actually starts, because I had to like make everybody wait while I go get coffee. Alright, let me say hello to you lovely people. Thanks for being here. Hi Ashley, Nopon Rockfin. Yeah, I hit the go live late on Rockfin. I'm sorry about that. I hate that you have to press go live there. Like, just go. I wish it would just go. Because, you know, it's like streaming to 5 or 6 different places, and half the time you have no idea what the hell you did or still need to do. All these things work differently. It sucks. I drank too much, Dr. Law. It was really cool hanging out with you guys this weekend, though. It was good to see everybody, even though it wasn't over the best circumstances. Wonder if Mark Sargent is sulking around in the comments section. Why would he be doing that? Hi, Carrie Musgrave. It's good to see your name in the chat. And Rico's Tinfoil Sombrero, Special K, Mellow Dome, Ardman, Jeremy Coakley, DRTRH. Happy Monday, people of this pretty cool place. Dean HD, Earth First Space Later, RJ Cranston, Thunder Chicken, Effie Viking, Sarah G. Oh, I love seeing all your names. It makes me happy. It's very comforting after the loss we all just suffered to like see all these names keep popping up. It's like, okay, everybody's still here. The rest of us are still here. The gang's all here. So that's what's up. Yeah, yesterday's Glowbusters could be considered a good morning. Correct. Hi, Dr. Law. Let me open my phones because it is a talk show. It is a call-in show. So let me make sure I get my phones open. Was able to see Dr. Law at the Buddhist temple in Spartanburg where they're throwing down for the new year. That was really cool. They were having a pretty cool party, boy. Them Buddhists know how to party. They had all this music bumping, and they had like all these food tents, and they were having a good old time. They was having a good old time. It was pretty cool.
Welcome to the conference center. You are a host.
There we go. And that is signifying that the phones are open. It's always fun coming up with new options. Good rising, right? And like the strengthened instead of a weekend, because you work all week and at the end of the week your weekend. So instead of, being weakened at the end of the week, you should be strengthened. Unless you can come up with a better word for that, but that one is one that was brought to my attention by some pretty cool people. Good rising, yes. Good rising. Good also means functional. if you're a follower of the Anti-Religious Scripture Studies that Just Jack and I do, which we have taken a couple of weeks off, so if you're a follower of that show, we'll be resuming this coming Saturday. Because, you know, due to unforeseen circumstances, we just didn't do the streams for the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, we did have a little meetup at the park. It was actually really nice. Saturday we had like perfect weather. It was like perfect weather. Look at me, do I look like super tired or what? It was like perfect weather. But, so we all just hung out, and it was pretty cool because Bob's friends from Denver were there, and they were telling us stories about Bob. So that was pretty cool to hear some stories about Bob. You know, and hear about some of the old times and laugh and blah, blah, blah. Can we really see the stars through the moon? No. I've never seen stars through the moon. I don't, you know, nobody I know has ever shown me evidence of seeing stars through the moon. People say, I've heard people say that they've seen stuff through the moon or stuff where it's like the dark part of the moon, but I've never seen that. And I can't say that I've ever seen any credible video of it either. So, no would be my guess, my answer. We cannot see stars through the moon. And if anybody's got any proof otherwise, you should share it. Stavely streamed what? Streamed what? Oh, the event. Yeah. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I have a bunch of... okay, I don't want to show you that because that's top secret stuff. Let's see. Brian Stavely. Where did he stream it? I think it was on the other channel. If Brian, if you're in here, you should put a link to it if you're awake. I don't even know that Brian's awake yet. He's not in the chat, so probably not. Anyway. Yes, Brian did film did a fantastic job sharing Bob's celebration of life. Yeah, there you go. Was it on his... I don't think it was on his main YouTube, though. And there's no live. He took it all, not on that one. So let's see. Where's the other channels? Do you have... Ugh, I can't look through that list. I don't know. You have to go to Facebook or something to go get it. God, I hate this camera. I feel out of sorts. Woke up feeling good today and I was like, should have a good stream today. Now I feel all wacky. I don't know what's going on. Is that it? Here, Jonna, let me give you a wrench so nobody thinks I'm mad at you anymore. I think that's hilarious, by the way. Can I ask you guys, why does everybody tweak out about the wrench? Like, why? Why is that a thing? Why does everybody get all stressed out? Take offense? Or get upset if they don't get a wrench? It's like, you know, I wonder sometimes if it looks like intimidating for new people who might come across the chat, and then do they want to chat? Maybe they don't chat because it looks scary. Unless you guys just don't care. I don't know. Grand Rising right now just can't sync. 3-minute lag on YouTube. They crave the power. There's no power, you just ban people. And then half the time, what's funny is like, I'll be sitting here streaming and there'll be a bunch of wrenches in the chat talking, and then I'll see some troll like with like 2 and 3 posts in between and nobody's doing shit. And then I go and I have to delete the person. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Wireless caller. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good. Hey, I think people probably get upset about the wrench because it makes them feel like they're part of the inner circle. Just a guess.
Okay.
Anyway, I've got a quick moon question for you. You really helped me on Strange World quite a while back in understanding the movements of the moon. I was the guy calling from Montana, and I couldn't understand why I was seeing the moon so far north.
Oh,
and you
okay.
really helped me by, yeah, I don't know if you remember that. Anyway, I started applying myself more with my observations and doing it at the same time. And sure enough, it's like I'm so far north, when the moon first appears, to me, I'm looking across, I think of it as I'm looking across a record album. And so when it first appears, that's why it's appearing in the north. And what it's actually doing, instead of going just due east or due west, it's making this arc toward the south. I don't know if I explained that very well.
No, I
but
see what
anyway,
you're
you
saying.
really,
Yeah.
really helped me.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've been wondering about lately, and I don't have any optics to kind of check this out easily, but you know the pattern that we see on the moon, and some people say it looks like a rabbit.
Yeah.
So if I had like a P900 or P1000, and I checked out that pattern when it first appeared over the horizon, and if I checked it when it was directly, well, not directly overhead, but as direct overhead as possible, and then checked it toward the morning as it's headed away from me, would that rabbit pattern be rotating to the left and ultimately toward the morning end up upside down as it's going away? Do you know?
Yeah, the pattern of the moon does rotate. It's called field rotation because it's rotating from your field of view, right? It's field rotation, so it's it's moving, and your perspective of it's moving, and yes, so it does. Yeah, the patterns
Okay.
rotate.
Okay. So I'm wondering, does that do anything for the flat Earth, or do they explain it away in their globe model? Do they say that it spins or something?
They just tell you it's because the Earth is curved and it's spinning in space. And they tell you that the moon rotates, but very, very slowly and the opposite direction of the Earth, and that is how the face is always facing Earth. That's what they tell you.
Okay. Okay. Got it. All right.
But really,
That's all I had.
it's just it moving over. If like because I did that before. If you take your P900 when the moon is full, and like you take a picture of it when it first comes up, and then you keep taking pictures of it like at every hour, which is kind of hard because the full moon's up late at night, so you'd be up all night doing it, or at least for a few hours. But if you do that and you leave your camera in the same spot and you just keep taking pictures of the moon, when you compare them, you'll see how much it rotates every hour. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so it does do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. In our model, it's because of perspective, which would make sense. It's just
Right.
okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling.
Bye.
Hey.
Sure. Bye.
Yeah, I'm trying to find. I actually have. Let me look it and see if I can find it. Because I did that. I have a GIF that is the moon. Ah, here we go. Let me see. So this is these are pictures I took, right? So this is me taking pictures of the moon. And then you can see too how when it goes higher up in the atmosphere, the color changes of it because you're looking as it goes more, as the azimuth gets higher, right? As the elevation gets higher, as it gets closer to you, the apparent elevation gets higher, and then you're looking more directly up, and so it's less atmospheric, pollution, particles and stuff, right? So this is what it looked like the first hour, and then the second one, third one, fourth, right? See, like I think I only did it for that long because I was tired, and I don't like losing sleep, so I don't really have very much stuff like this, but this tells you. Also, you can watch the Tycho's crater, or look at whatever the top part right there that everybody calls a rabbit, or whatever you want to think about it. Right there. Right. So yeah, it does appear to rotate. Just like the sunspots. It does it I'm assuming if I wanted to stay up all night and like take pictures of the moon, it would have a similar, well, maybe not similar to the sunspots. The sunspots are different now that I think about it. But you do see the same field rotation when you look at sunspots. We could look at that too if you want. Hi, Conspiracy Music Guru. It's good to see you. You miss what that means? It doesn't mean anything. It just means you're a moderator for the channel. But everybody, I don't know. People get weird about it. And it's just dumb. You can tell which direction you are facing if you have an intimate relationship with the moon using optical observations. Yeah, Zach was telling me that. So if you watch the moon from your location and you pay attention, to which way the features go on it, then you'll know which way, right? That's what he's talking about. You'll know which way the directions go. Google Earth Pro debunks itself. Go and measure the area of Antarctica and it turns itself inside out. Yeah. Yeah. Lord Racer Daniel Reza, I returned to reclaim my wrench from 2016. Daniel, that's a name. Yeah, that's you. You've been gone for a while. The ceiling fan video, yeah. All right. So yeah, that was a good call. Talking about the moon. Did you guys want to go back to the moon map? Or did we were we satisfied with the with that? Were we satisfied with the conclusion of the moon map? Or do we need to go back over it? I think I saved those files that we were messing around in. Thought I did, but I've done a bunch of stuff since then, so now I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter. We could always redo it. I may have deleted it, though, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think I did. I take it back. I deleted it. I deleted it. No, actually, no. Hold on. It's right here. I take that back. I remembered now. Right? We're trying to figure it out. Yeah, I remember now. Hey, Mojo Shop. The shadows on the moon look like the Christmas depiction of the profile of the Virgin Mary looking down while holding a baby Jesus to me. Think about Kubrick's movies this weekend. Watched 2001. You know, the one that allowed people to believe the moon landing was possible? Oh, yeah. Yeah. You can see the head chin neck just outline of the baby side view. Okay, hold on. While it's in moon map version or the correct orientation? Because that let's see. I think I see a Picasso drawing of like a dude riding a horse in the desert. Yeah, no, too grainy and the lighting was all off. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know what you mean. So what are your opinions on this moon map business? Does anybody still think this is a viable option? Because I sure don't. Yeah, because it doesn't even match the moon. By the time that you're done manipulating it, it doesn't match the moon. Yeah, I don't even know why I even opened this bullshit again. It is, by the time you're done manipulating it, it doesn't even resemble anything close to the moon. Nope. That's what I'm saying, dude. I don't even know why I opened that bullshit. The spots on the moon are like a mirror of our known lands. But see, I don't think so. I guess you weren't here that day. Have you watched the new one on Taboo's channel where they adjust the map projection? Yes, David, that's what I'm saying. They are adjusting the map. So how much manipulation should it take to make it work? That's what I'm saying. It's humans trying too hard. Well, let me open this again, because even if they adjust the map orientation and also I highly disagree with using a globe projection from Google Earth to point out underwater features on a supposed flat map mirror projection of the moon. Like, that whole thing together is ridiculous. I mean, you're taking one made up thing from another made up thing and forcing it to look like something that you know, and then it doesn't even really look like the thing that you know. Because look at this. I mean, look where he's got... I did this, remember? Where I was pointing out, like, here's the dot where the crater is when I enlarge the... Well, what did I have to do? I had to enlarge the moon. To make it fit the moon. Here's where the crater is. And there's where it is on his map. And on top of that, there's no way to make these lands fit. So here's the dark spot that is supposed to be Africa, and then Africa's way over here. Like, it just doesn't even make sense. And then look at the other side of the moon. Like, nothing over there is matching. And where the center islands are supposed to be, it's all dark and filled in. And they just randomly knock it out to make it fit. Australia doesn't match. There's some huge giant land here. The United States, North America is almost non-existent. So they add North America and then they take away for the North Pole. It's just, it's reaching. Because you have a very strong logic filter, it doesn't work with reality. Yeah, I'm glad that Cammy's here to reassure me, because sometimes so many people get on my case. They think, oh, Karen, you believe the mainstream on stuff just because you don't go with XYZ idea. No, I'm not trying to like be the anti, but whatever we're trying to figure out here, I'm trying to figure out reality. I'm not trying to make shit up. I'm trying to learn what's really going on. And this just makes me have more questions than answers, and it just adds a whole layer of complications. Like, look at this whole other side. Like, what is going on over here? Who's Lauren de Laguna? Oh, the moon crap, yeah. It's not the entire moon, it's only a section. Well, none of it matches, though. This picture right here is supposed to be of the face of the moon. I mean, look at it. Am I misunderstanding that? Hello, Martin. Also inverted. Small portion of moon, not the whole thing. Also inverted. That's what it is. That's what I did to this moon. Do you guys see that that's what I did to this picture? I did that. I did invert it. This is what the moon really looks like. Okay? This is the real orientation of the moon. These are pictures I took. This is flipped and inverted. And it doesn't match. And I also explained to you, or I was explaining of how these filters that people put this moon image through is arbitrary. So like if I want to change, so this is an adjusted version, right? So here's one that's not adjusted. So if I wanted to make this one, you know, have more contrast or whatever, I can mess with the brightness and the contrast, and I can change it however I want. Or I can go to these filters and I can go to the filter gallery. Let me put the moon up here. And I can make it look however I want it to look. It's arbitrary, right? I can change these so to get whatever I want, whatever look I want. Here, I just gotta build a preview, right? So it's arbitrary. I'm not sure if that one filter they were using was in here. Stylized, nope. The unsharp mask filter, that's the one. So then you can just sit here, mess with your filter until you get these crazy lines, whatever percentage you want. This percentage, that percentage, where's your threshold? It's arbitrary. You can set it wherever you want. I mean, whatever. Possible, but not likely. Plus, don't you think the moon would have to be much farther away to be reflecting the whole Earth and then some? It would have to be much bigger and much farther away, don't you think? If it was, I mean, I don't know how they think that works. I just don't know. Dave's coming to your local meetup? That's awesome. If you're willing to play along, it's still a big stretch. Exactly! And then they were saying, oh, you can use this one, the image behind you, right? This is a sticker. This is a sticker, and it's a glow-in-the-dark one, and this is altered. You know? And that's not the original moon either. That one's been put through something. It's a glow-in-the-dark sticker. So I don't think it's real. Kevin DeLurker. Alrighty. So, somebody was telling me that this photo, let me see if I can bring it up. This photo is what they're saying is underneath the Moonlander, like paper and aluminum and tape and like the shoddy looking Moonlander thing. They're trying to say this is what was underneath it. Has anybody heard that or seen this picture before? Let me see if I can do a reverse search on that. Because I know I saw a video where a man was talking about the landers, and he was saying that the shielding was thin, like it was super thin. So if you can combine the video of a man saying that they were super thin with this being confirmed as what they're assuming is in the lander, that would be huge. So I'm going to open this. Let's do a Cradle of Aviation Museum. Lunar module test. Let's see. Apollo 11's lunar module looked like it is made of paper. Oh, is this it? View the ascent stage from the northeast. Note the wrinkled surface of the RCS plume deflector and the warping of the rear in the ascent stage. So, you know how it looks like I used to work in a print shop, and you used to have to make, for the presses to print, like a 4-color press, you used to put the image, each color, on these plates, and the plates would wrap around a roller, right? And then the paper goes through the press, and then the rollers, impress the image on the paper, one color at a time, cyan, magenta, yellow, black. And the plates that we used to use to make these plates for the press look like what they're put. I swear to God, it's what I think about every time. These things right here, and how it's not even airtight. Like you can totally see, like it was just like only stuck in like 3 places, like here, here, and here. Like not airtight, not vacuum airtight at all in the least, right? This picture shows a lander made of paper. Well, it does. So then, answer, like everything else, the ascent and descent stages were built to be as light as possible, but because they knew they would operate only in a vacuum, many things really didn't need to be sturdy. How can they say that? Many things didn't need to be sturdy, nor did the shape of it matter. It would never have to deal with an aerodynamic drag. In fact, the descent stage was designed to buckle in the right places upon landing. That's how it was absorbing the impact. It was only going to be used once. This was the most weight-efficient method of handling the shock of landing. Captain. So this is bound to make the outer layer rather uneven. All the other covering material you see also just there to protect whatever is underneath from all the effects of sunlight. Perhaps they were also thinking a bit about keeping dust out. I found a different photo of the lander that gives a better idea of the complexity of it. The photo shows the ascent stage and the process of assembly before the heat shielding had been put on it. So this is supposed to be heat shielding? This bullshit right here? This photo of an LM test article shows the sturdy underlying aluminum and titanium structure pretty clearly. Okay. So they do say that this is underneath all of this. That's fucking hilarious. So they think all of that, and this is the heat shielding. This is to protect it from sunlight and the heat shielding, but what it really looks like underneath is this. So the flimsy stuff on the outside was to protect the hardcore shit on the inside. Like, come on, dude. Can you guys believe that? Can you look at Twitch chat? Yeah, that's right, I do. I'm back on Twitch. Let me see. No, well, I guess I'd have to go open Twitch. Why would they cover that in plastic panels? I don't know. Moonlander should make it to the bottom of the ocean, no? Right? Yeah. Oops. On that guy's YouTube channel says the moon is flipped and inverted. Yeah, I know. I had the image flipped and inverted. I'm telling you. Everybody keeps telling me, invert the moon. I did. I had the image flipped and inverted. It still didn't match. That's what you guys don't get. Do you want me to go back and show you? Yeah. So this is supposedly what was underneath all the paper stuff. I mean, so much doublespeak when it comes to this thing, because think about it. Well, let's see. Even up here, it talks about how they made it, they made it lighter because it had to get to the moon. It was dealing with moon gravity, right? So if it was too heavy, then that it didn't, though. It didn't have to be like heavy duty because it was dealing with moon gravity, not earth gravity. Right? Whatever. And then they say this is underneath it. But it was okay to have flimsy legs. And then let's not forget about the fucking liftoff. The liftoff video. I'm pretty sure I have that here. Oh wow, I have the flight press conference. That's hilarious. Here we go. Oh, it won't open. Why? It's too old? Oh. My file got corrupted? Whatever. Let's look it up. This one. Freaking hilarious. Let me turn this off. Because you just have to watch it. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Really? Really? Let's go back. Wow. Not to mention who filmed this. How did we get it back? Right? Look at this. So funny. Sparklers. It's like firecrackers. And then it looks, you could totally tell it's dangling on something. Totally looks like it's dangling something. And then what, it goes up in the shadows? That's it, man. That's it. Freaking hilarious. Oh. Thanks for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Karen?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
So first on the LEM taking off, how come no one ever talks about the fact that it left the nozzle behind? After that first blast, there's just a flat bottom in that thing. Where is it getting its thrust from? Is it just floating to meet with the orbiter?
No, it's being pulled up by a string.
Oh, yeah, well, that's true also. All right. And against my better judgment, I want to talk about the moon map.
Okay.
But it's not what you think. It's not what you think. Okay?
I mean, we can talk about it.
That,
I don't care.
yeah, I'm not claiming that a reflection of the Earth, if it matches the Earth perfectly. But in this world, everything is connected to everything. Everything we see, the Earth is a living system. We are in this living system, and all of the luminaries in the sky, in my opinion, other than the man-made ones, are part of this living system. And everything is a fractal or is the same in some way as everything else. So to think that maybe the thing in the sky that we call the moon does have some fractal commonality, is that a word, to the shape of the Earth, to the topography of the Earth, if you will, isn't that far gone. But when people say, "Oh, the moon map, it's a reflection, it's a photograph, it's a it happened during a plasma event. That's crazy talk. I mean, that's just like, we don't know what that is. But the idea that its topography, if that's what, if it's topographical, in some way relates to our world isn't far-fetched to me. So my thought is it's very interesting, and that people should keep looking into it. But I agree with you. The first one that we saw took huge leaps. The second one, kind of interesting. But again, it's above my expertise level. But I think that, there you can find the same pattern in everything in this realm, in most things.
Yeah.
So, but making assumptions, well, it's not, it would have to be, like before you said, it would have to be, much farther away if it's a reflection. Well, I don't know if it's a reflection. And two, is the moon that we see, is there a real moon that's much farther away, and we're just seeing the one that's, projected into our dome of vision? If you ask me, I would say I would lean in that direction. So, I'm not throwing it off the table. I think that there is some sort of correlation, but to say that it's an exact match to the Earth, and, the Earth now, the Earth before, the Earth later, the Earth with different oceans, I'm not going to make any of those claims. This guy's got
little Nazi symbols all over his moon map. Did you see that? I never noticed this before. Is he a Nazi?
This isn't this is the first guy, right? This is the first moon map guy, right?
This is whatever it is from that channel, isn't it? I have no idea.
Yeah, I think that's from the, oh, maybe that is the second one. I saw something on swastikas in Antarctica that was really interesting. That they were like, it's like a sacred symbol, that has nothing to do with what everyone relates a swastika
right.
to.
Well, it doesn't. It's not supposed to have anything to do with Nazis or anything, but I just find it weird because it's even like got a red circle around it. It's red, black, and white, which, the Nazis use that specific color scheme, I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I guess that's my 2 cents on the idea that the lights in the sky have patterns that match what we experience here on Earth is not that far-fetched. But to make claims that it's a photographic snapshot collection, that's reaching.
Yeah, I mean, I was open to the idea. I mean, I didn't think it was that far-fetched. I mean, I thought, well, maybe, it's worth looking at. But then when I did look deeper into it, I just kind of thought, well, it's not really what I expected.
but if you think about it, the moon, excuse me, the moon affects so many things on Earth. From women, it's the same as as reproductive cycle. So it is part, unarguably, of this living system. And if it's all connected, there has to be some sort of similarity in its structure, in its makeup, in its appearance, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So, to me, it would be really weird if the patterns on the moon or something about the moon didn't have a direct connection to the patterns or energy of the Earth. It would be weird.
It might to the energy. I don't know if you remember me and Brian doing a show about the moon years ago on Unveiling This Realm, and we found all these old articles of the moon, and it was talking about how the face of the moon had changed, how it was changing. Like, they used to call it a crab, and then, then they would say the man on the moon. But it all started because I was talking about how I don't think the moon looks the same even as what I remember when I was little. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to see an actual face on there, and I've not been able to see that face or make that same face out on the moon for, like...
That's because you're old and lost all your creativity.
I mean, possibly. I don't know. But then I started asking everybody else about it, and it was weird how many other people were like, yeah, me too. Like, everybody I talked to
Yeah.
kind of felt that they agreed that the features had changed on the moon, which is another reason why I think it's kind of silly to kind of try to make a map out of it, because there's something going on, because there was even like 100 years ago these articles about the man on the moon is changing.
Listen, you talk about the map on the moon changing. Well, talk to Brian about the map on the Earth changing. Maybe it is changing.
Well, I don't think it's the map. I don't think the moon is a map. I think it's the features of the moon changing, not. You know what I'm saying? But it could be
right.
Well, and as far as like the feature, the land features and all that stuff changing, I don't really know. I never really resonated with a lot of those, but that could also be like a result of different map projections and stuff. I mean, I don't know. There's
I 100% with you there. I don't know.
I don't know.
I agree. I don't know. We can agree on that for absolutely sure.
Right.
At least, that's why I always say flat earthers know that they don't know, but globe earthers think they're Donald Rumsfeld. There's known unknowns and known unknowns and unknown knowns. They don't even know that they don't know.
Right. But it is weird, the whole phenomena of people remembering things a certain way and it not being that way. That is weird,
Right. So in this realm, it would be very strange if the moon didn't have some extreme connections to the Earth in the way we understand it. I don't understand how or why or even what.
I mean, of course it does, because it's part of our system,
So saying maybe that the patterns on the move are energetic in some way and somehow connected to the energetic patterns of Earth. I don't know. All I'm saying is, to me, it would be weird if there wasn't a connection.
Okay.
Claim it's a hard, fast map. I agree. I see. I have a problem there, but it's fascinating. That's all. That's all I got to say about that.
All right.
Hey, and one last thing. Anybody that's coming to the Connecticut Pizza Meetup on the 29th in Stamford, Connecticut, you must RSVP to Lowry. The video is on my channel, DITRH, with the email address. Because if you don't RSVP, you don't get a free gift. I just made that part up, but maybe you don't get a free gift.
Is the free gift hot sauce?
No, the hot sauce is not going to be the free gift. It might be a sticker or something.
Oh, okay.
I
just want to make sure I'm not missing out.
No, you'll be fine.
Okay.
All right, that is all. So have a good show. See ya. Go back to the laughing at the moon. I like that. Laughing at the moonlander.
Laughing at the moonlander. What do you think about them saying all that like rigid stuff like is all underneath it and they put paper on the outside to protect it?
Okay, so wait,
ridiculous,
so
right?
Looking at that, where do the guys go? Where do the astronauts go in there?
I still don't know.
Where are the astronauts?
Where's the moon
They're in
buggy?
the top part of that. Yeah, forget the moon buggy. But where do the astronauts go? And no one talks about when it takes off the moon, it leaves the thruster behind, right? And so what was it? Just go pop, and then it just floats up and magically meets up with the orbiter.
Yeah.
Okay. There's two grown men in the top of that thing. There's no thruster on it. Again, what's it going to thrust it in space? The only thrust it could get is the initial thrust off the surface of the moon, but it leaves that big cone shape on the bottom. It leaves it there on the moon.
Mm-hmm.
What's thrusting it? Nobody wants to address that.
I don't know. They just they flew 250,000 miles on momentum, I guess, from that one thrust. Oh my God.
Yeah. No. Well, first they had to meet up. It's like think of a trapeze artist. The guy jumps on the seesaw, sends the guy up, and he has to meet up with the guy swinging on the trapeze to grab him. Right. That's essentially what they did. So they had an explosion, shot that thing up into the air, and then the orbiter that's going around at 2,000 miles an hour slams into it and it connects. So stupid. It's so stupid. You know what? I think they purposely make it so stupid so people go, I can't figure this out. I have to defer to authority.
Yeah, somebody smarter than me figured it out, right?
Yeah, it's so there's two grown men in there. It's like, get out of here. Get out. Get out. Sorry. Get out. That should be the first thing you ask somebody when you meet somebody. Oh, hi, nice to meet you. Do you believe we went to the moon? Yes. All right, get out. I can't talk to you.
Yeah, no kidding.
I have a critical thought threshold in people I speak with, and you have not reached that threshold.
Precisely.
Okay.
All right.
So it was good seeing you yesterday. It was a good morning on Glowbusters yesterday.
Yes, it was a good morning.
Good it did there. Yes. All right. Ciao.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. So, I mean, I would never say that the moon is not connected to Earth somehow. Of course it's connected to Earth somehow. Also, who is running the camera to shoot the liftoff? Exactly. I need to ask him something. Has anyone seen Emmys in Evil Dead 2? It's my fave horror movie, and I think I saw 3 changes when I watched it last night. Huh, I don't remember that movie good enough to say. And the Mandela effect is definitely a real thing. I'm not saying it's not a real thing. I'm just saying the Earth, the landmass is changing. I don't really have an opinion on that one. And also, that's just how it works. Not everybody is affected by every effect, right? Some people are down with some, and some are not. That's how it works. It's really weird. It's a fucking really weird thing that goes on. Really weird. Too much invested to come clean. Buzz did say we didn't go there. We didn't go there. Yeah. They said the camera was being operated from Earth and it could zoom in and pan in real time, right? But then, yeah. I'm affected. Yeah. It's weird shit, man. Some weird shit going on. Way smaller. Everybody knows. What do you think changed? I'm curious. I've watched those movies, but it's been a long time. What, does Dave still think he's not affected? Oh boy, you guys don't start fighting about it. Don't start fighting about it. Hey, remember this guy? Bob? He didn't want us to be fighting. He wanted us all to be friends and get along, remember that? He didn't like the fighting. So, That's gonna be like my promise to Bob. I'm gonna try harder to get along with others, even though I don't agree with them. Because I know I can be very opinionated. I get it. It's just because I'm very passionate about stuff. But, you know, I will try. I will try to do better. So, whenever I see fighting, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna show a picture of Bob and be like, remember Bob? Bob said stop fighting. Okay. Be like Bob, we all need to get t-shirts like that. Be like Bob. Can we all just get along, Mandela too? Yeah. That's interesting, MFT. Am I the only one that thinks that Mars is just the exploration of outer lands? Well, Mars is Devon Island. I don't even know if it's an exploration of outer lands. I think it's just bullshit. I don't even think if there really were outer lands that they would, I mean, do you think they would show us? Do you think they would show us? Or do you think that they would, not show us at all and just show us bullshit? I mean, Devon Island here. Devon Island, one of the most Mars-like places on Earth. I mean, it's like they just tell you. We're on Mars. You know, this is why you see, you know, little marmots and shit in the pictures. It's just Devon Island. Which is, yeah, see, look at so many things. Devon Island, Mars on Earth. Mars on Earth. You know, that's all it is. %, Devon Island. What? Evil Dead 1 is not in black and white? Well, what's going on with this Evil Dead movie? Let's see. Evil Dead 2013. Did they remake Evil Dead? Evil Dead 1981.
I have seen the dark shadows moving in the woods, and I have no doubt that whatever I have resurrected through this book is sure to come calling for me. I know now that my wife has become host to a Kandarian demon.
Yeah, that's in color, dude. I remember it being in color. Trippy.
I fear that the only way to stop those possessed by the spirits of the book is through the act of bodily dismemberment.
We're gonna get you.
The remake sucks. get sentenced to life in prison by people's memories. Yeah, man, that's... Yeah, evidence is important. That's why evidence is important. Yeah, you should watch it. Watch the first Evil Dead. It's a classic. It's a classic for sure. That's like, those are the only kind of horror movies I can watch. Those old ones, the old ones that where they're like funny. They're more funny than anything. Bob's presentation on stage was showing how thrust can't propel even in a small vacuum. Exactly. Pareidolia, papadolia. That's a swastika sign for the sun cross. Okay, but why is it... if the swastika... I get that the swastika is a sign for the sun cross, like the stars around the sun, but this is... Look, on this map, this is the north. Right here, these islands is supposed to be right here. Over here. That's supposed to be the north, the center. And these are like plopped down over here, over here, over here, random. It's not, it's weird. It's not like, that's not what it's representing here, I don't think. And I don't know what language this is in, so... And then he doesn't have a little thing, like a cipher over here describing why there are swastikas there. So I don't know what that is. I do not take that, though, as representing the position of the stars around the north, because it's nowhere near the north, where the north is supposed to be on the map. The north is over here. Hi, Rose. I'm off to work. Have a great day. Have a wonderful, productive, functional day. So, anyway, I don't know what that's about. Maybe you guys can help me figure it out. Isn't that the fake map posted on the Telegram channel that they said was on the wall of the UN or some shit? Yeah, well, they don't say this. This is not the one they said is on the wall of the UN. This is the moon thingy. This is like the high-res, detailed moon thing. And I guess we're living, this is an eyeball. And we live up here. In the face of the eyeball. Is this part of it? That's what it looks like. I don't know what this weird arcing nerve... I don't understand this. Does anybody speak the language that this is written in? Because I don't. Is that Dutch? Or is it German? I don't freaking know, dude. I don't know. Dawson Durr. I mean, some sort of... I don't know. German? Is it German? Because I have no idea. I don't understand these languages. Oh, okay. So... What does this say? Das Ubekanite? Ubecante? I can't say this shit, dude. I don't know. In Dutch is... Okay, for that language they speak on the Moonday. We need voy, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what that says. Anyway. Yeah. So, you guys can, you know, I guess that guy's gonna keep... I don't even know... Does anybody even... Whatever. I don't fucking care. I just don't care. We need James from Germany. Could that be what the one-eyed symbolism is all about? No. Well, Dr. Back-Assword, you know what the one-eyed symbolism could be? You need to find a very specific... Here we go. One's open, one's closed. Right? The owl. The owl face. Looks like the magnetic field. One eye open, one eye closed. Everything is electric and magnetic. I mean, it could be, I guess it could be a few different things. It could be, you know, it's like representing the polarity, you know, not necessarily positive and negative, but the polarity, the giving and the receiving, the opening and the closing. You know, it could be a few different things. Usually things have more than one meaning, though, right? Is Mandelbrot segment? I have to go watch that. Blue eye of the giant macumber. What's the significance of red and blue? Well, red and blue, okay, well that's also part of how things express polarity. It's not about positive and negative, right? It's like how Zach Zabala, if he's still hanging around, he tells you guys that there's not really negative energy. There's potential, there's like different levels of potential, right? Or there's polarity, right? There's a polarity. It's not really that one is positive or negative, it's just a polarity. So if you look at the color wheel and how the color wheel works, right? Like, well, here's a good one to describe how it works. So let's open this big. So this is the color wheel, right? And so, you know, you've got your typical like rainbow colors here. So colors, this one here where it says complementary, these are colors that are opposite on the color wheel, right? So you'll notice that red and blue are opposites. It's the warm and the cold, you know, the opposite on the color wheel. And so whenever, you know, you have these colors, whatever color is opposite, you know, that's like the reverse. It's like the inverse polarity of that. It's like, so, let's see. So this is a good file too. This one's nice and big. But complementary colors opposite to each other in the color wheel, right? So well, this is actually red and green. So red and green are actually like true opposites, and then it's blue and orange. But you can kind of go just outside of that that range to still get that polarity. So like the red versus the blue, it's like it's subconsciously, it's like, you know, inserting a polarity into your subconscious that way through these colors. Because even like when we look at crystals, right? So like one time I shared a picture of watermelon, of tourmaline, right? So different, let me see if I can get some good pictures. Okay, so here's tourmaline, where like part of it is pink and then part of it is green. So this crystal is expressing a polarity within it. And tourmalines, you know, black tourmaline can have a magnetic field, you know, and you can increase the magnetic field with heat and pressure and all that stuff. You can change it. But tourmalines, like this one right here, how it's pink on one end and then green on the other, it's expressing that polarity, you know, through the color. And the colors all vibrate at very specific vibrations and frequencies, right? That's how you get different colors in the laser. Like literally the realm is color coded. It's literally color coded. So like let's go look at like frequencies, right? So here it talks about visible light. When you see 700 nanometers, 600 nanometers, 500, 400, it's because this is the frequency of these colors, right? Because that's how you get a different color. It's different frequencies, right? So everything is color coded. So these different crystals, that's like, you know, it's like when you do your chakras, right? How you've got your root chakra, which of red, orange, yellow, green, and then blue, indigo, violet, whatever, right? It's all color coded in your light column. Literally everything's color coded. 1111. Oh, what a nice subject to be talking about at 1111. 11. It's 11. Spirits listening. Resonate. Beginning. Reflect. Visualize. Opportunity. 11. Spirit listens. Knows more than we do. Visions manifest. In mind. Manifest your reality. Infinite abundance. Damn it. I tried to sneak and go get coffee while that was going, and then I wasn't fast enough. Sorry. Only 8:11 here. Oh, gee. Did you see I got your files? I'm going to make you guys a commercial. I'm going to spend time doing that tomorrow. So that's the significance of the red and the blue. And like, even when you look at, and think about this too, think about any sports team, right? Like whatever your favorite sports team is, and then look at their colors, right? Their colors will be like, complementary colors all the time. Well, let me see. Let me see if I could just bring up the whole bunch. Yeah, so here we go. So like Denver Broncos have blue and orange. I mean, they're not all like that. But blue and orange. That's just green and yellow. They try to use those in sports teams a lot. At least, well, I guess it doesn't look like it so much, but it used to do it a lot more. Like Miami, like the turquoise and the orange. These are complementary colors. Anyways, some of them are like that. But that's the significance of the colors. Can you do a 333 insert too? I guess I'd have to make one. Hail, Ben. Brian, I don't think RV thinks it's real and lying. I think he's just a regular old denier. It'll be better than that one. Now you're going to get coffee? RV the shitbird. Anyway, did that answer your question about the colors? And then there's split complement, right? The color and the two colors next to it. So yellow, blue, and violet. So there you go. The split complement shows you different things that show there's like different parts of polarity. So these colors right here, giving you color meanings. Intense, fire, blood, energy, love, passionate, strong. Red, violet, or I guess purple. Royalty, power, nobility, wealth, ambition, dignified, mysterious. These meanings right here seem to be corresponding with the colors, like what they assign to different chakras. Right? Although this is not in the correct order. Coffee with Marty on Sundays and yeah. My life ain't pink enough. I must live and breathe pink. Pink is actually a really high vibration color. I really don't like pink though. I don't know why. I think maybe it's just too... I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. But it is a very high vibration color. And I love rose quartz, which is pink. You know. Rose quartz. You know, this is some of the most plentiful stuff on the planet. Plane. Don't call me a shell. This is the most plentiful stuff. Plentiful crystal on the plane, on Earth, in Earth, right? Is rose quartz, and rose quartz is the also goes along with the heart chakra. Pink has its place. It does. It definitely has its place. Yeah, Roy G. Biv, red orange, yeah, exactly. Indigo, violet. Try to use more yellow to keep people buying salsa. Yeah, actually, if you look at restaurants and stuff, you'll see like a lot of them do use red and yellow, right? Like look at Burger King, McDonald's. There was like some sub place But a lot of food places will use red and yellow because those colors are like supposed to like excite your appetite, make you hungry. Turn the lights out and smack them together. No, because it breaks them. I don't want to do that. I have a couple of big chunks of smoky quartz that I found on my property that I use to smash whenever I want to smash crystals and make them spark. But I'm not gonna do that with that. Plus they're kind of small. It might hurt my hands. It's easier to do it when you have big chunks. Dell is now saying the Earth is accelerating upwards. I thought, you knew when you said that, I thought you were joking, and then I went to his channel, he was really saying that. So Dell is saying that the Earth accelerates upwards, and that's what gravity is. Right? That's what's going on, right? They excite your appetite and then also makes people hungry and leave and get back on the road. They don't want customers taking space. Eat and get GTFO is what the red and yellow is for. Yeah. But it's true though. Look at all the fast food restaurants that think about like Carl's Jr. or here it's called Hardee's is all red and yellow. Eric attacks any F-ear that doesn't push his views. He puts you on a wall of shills if you don't fall in line. It's true. Yeah, David, it's true. Dell is now saying that the Earth is accelerating up. Like Flat Earth Society type stuff, dude. I couldn't believe it either. Does he have one up here recently that does talk about it? See, I don't watch it. Where's that? That's the last one I watched was here. That's 3 years ago. I think it was a live stream. Oh yeah. See, response to Eric Dubé.
We get to the response, I just want to make a few things very, very clear. Everybody that's known me, that comes to this platform, knows first and foremost, this is where we talk about common sense, direct realism. It always has been. The position here has always been the same. You know, we question the globe, we do not adopt any other models, and the ultimate goal is full. That talking about this evening has got nothing to do with the shape of the earth. What I'm going to be talking about this evening is, you know, what we experience in reality. Now, I've always had questions about my reality. We're always crying for.
I'm going to try to fast forward and get to the good
part. None of that stuff. I'm only interested in what outward and what's confused, you know, about the position that I take in regards to this particular topic that I'm discussing this evening.
Weren't Dell and Eric buddies too?
Direction, less difficult. Looking for anybody else who makes a stand or makes a statement on their position and what they can offer in regards to. But disappointed, you know, through every live podcast. If you've got something to offer, if you think I'm wrong or you think my reasoning is wrong, by all means come and have the discussion. Having an open discussion is again, if you're talking about proof as in getting outside of there to see it, then we can't access that. We don't have that capability. But we have density layers and we have a directional vector, which is a demonstrable fact. So the question is, how are these things established? Okay? Now, I'm not going to run ahead of myself by getting into it too much because I'll let the
Density layers in a directional vector, right? So he's saying, how do we establish a directional vector?
draw any sort of shape, right? And you've got it, this is three-dimensional space. And that object has a certain volume, okay? That object has a certain mass, it has a certain density to it, right? That object has no weight and it has no directionality, okay? It's just an object of a certain volume, a certain mass, a certain density, right? The density and the mass and the volume of the object does not have any properties within it that dictates a direction, nor anything within it that dictates its weight, because weight's only relative to a reference frame or something else in motion. There has to be something else to resist this object in order to give what we would call weight. So if I have another, say, reference frame or object, and I put it in motion going in that direction, okay, and it then comes into contact, say that's moving at 21 miles an hour, and it comes into contact with that object and it continually pushes against it at 21 miles an hour, right? This object now has a directional vector, which is the opposite, okay? It now experiences resistance. Now, this speed that this comes into contact and presses against that is going to dictate this thing's weight, okay? It has no direction, it has no weight. You need to bring in motion. So even if
you need to bring in motion. So he's saying that the Earth has to be moving for things to tend to accelerate towards the Earth. Like, so he thinks the Earth has to be moving for you to drop something. That's what he's saying, right? I wish I had a Scottish accent instead of this Southern accent. What's wrong with your Southern accent? I like Southern accents. What's wrong with that? If what he is saying is true, then why, when you change the electrical charge of something, his weight changes or even reverses? Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, motion is not the only, like, should I play more?
Move these, if I just have the object there itself, and somehow the object now is in motion, well, it's got a directional vector in regards to its line of travel, which would be in that direction. Now, if there was things here upon this, at this side there, they would now experience what we call the downward vector, going in the opposite direction. Right?
Yeah, so he's saying the Earth is moving, and then what we experience is the opposite direction, the downward vector, because the Earth is coming up, and we're... Wow, he really does think that. Oofda. Oofda. The ether is moving. I agree, Trevor. If the Earth was moving upwards, wouldn't that be displayed by tree branches and other things like that? Yeah, the upward motion thing does not make any sense at all. He thinks that natural state is floating. But that's not even floating. That would still be... If it was just floating, then there would be no vector, right? He's saying it has to be moving. I always remember Dell by how angry he is, but now I have to change it to how retarded he is. Oh. Yeah. Well, the whole electromagnetic thing, the electrics, the electrostatics, magnetism, and the relationship between all those things is kind of a difficult thing to grasp, because they didn't, growing up, that is not information that was made available to public education or publicly educated people, at least not in my lifetime. I didn't really learn shit about it besides magnets have two poles. The opposite poles attract and the like poles repel. And that was like the extent of magnetism education whenever I was in school. I don't know about y'all, but it didn't get much more involved than that for me. So, like, part of the thing that I've had to do over these years is spend a lot of my own personal time watching boring videos with these dudes playing with magnets and trying to explain it so that I could get some sort of, conceptual grasp about how magnetic fields work and how they work when they come into interactions with each other and different metals and, dielectricity versus ferroelectric versus, paraelectric. It's like, dude, it's not easy to understand. You really have to take time to study it. Really, what we should do is have like an electric universe basics class for people. That would be outstanding, because I think just that whole thing has just been left out of general knowledge on purpose, right? On purpose, because when you understand all that stuff, you understand how this world can work without being a space pear, a soggy space pear in a vacuum with, giant balls everywhere. Like, do you know what I'm saying? This is not like, a lot of us were deprived of this stuff, and it's not easy to understand. No, you don't, David Rife. I fell in love with that voice. Remember when he showed up on the tour and he wouldn't shake Jason's hand? Yeah, Brian, I remember that. Yeah. Is the ether moving, or is it just the magnetic vortices spinning around that moves? I think the ether... Well, there's like an etheric wind, or... I guess would be a way to call it. I mean, there is some sort of motion, right? Because the sky does move. So what's making the sky move? Right? Right? Like, does that make sense? It would have, maybe it's the same thing that's making the sky move? If you want to find the secrets in the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Exactly. To be fair to Dell, for 7 years I can see his logic stream for claims, but this one lost me at the station. Yeah. No, Dell did really good. Remember how Dell was like one of the first people doing like street activism. And it was really cool. Remember where he had that whole Socratic method thing going on, where he would go out and he would pose questions to people and make them think about stuff and try to answer the question, and then it would get them asking questions. Like, I thought he was really cool back in the day, man. Dude, Dell was the very first live stream that I ever joined back in the very early days before I had my own channel and I was making my own content, and I was sitting here running my mouth for fucking hours at a time myself, and I was horribly frightened and intimidated and like sweating bullets, but I joined it because I wanted to talk to fucking flat earthers. I wanted to talk to somebody, because you can only sit here and like you sit there by yourself in front of your computer looking stuff up, for so long. You get to a point where you're like, okay, I need to have a conversation with somebody. So back in 2015 or 16 or whenever it was, probably 2016. I don't think I joined anything before that, but probably back in 2016, he would have open panels on his live streams, and I joined one. And it was funny because nobody knew who I was, right? I didn't know anybody, and I joined, and they're like, and Del goes, he's like, are you a flat earther or a globe earther? And I was like, oh, I think it's flat. He's like, oh, okay. And then we started having a conversation, and it was pretty cool, and he was really nice. And like, I really don't have anything bad to say about him, except for, I don't agree with some of the stuff he's said and done. I don't agree with this nonsense, but for a long time, he had a pretty good channel. I mean, I can't say anything bad. I remember that. I think you talked about the sun tracking we were planning. Oh, maybe that's what it was, Dave. Yeah. Maybe that, I think that might have been what it was. It's so long ago now, I don't even really remember. I would say you need to be better hydrated to be able to handle the ionic energy. For what is that in regarding to? Do we have to eat more salts now because of the harmful frequencies targeting our electrical bodies? Oh, is that what you said, Ben? I would say you need to be better hydrated. Yeah. Going back to Rockfin. Hi, Tony Coriolis. Annie D. Never see any chatters in Rumble, but what's up? Shout out to Rumble. Shout out to Facebook. And Twitch and everybody watching everywhere. Appreciate. Exactly right. We be kind, rewind the hate back. Nope, just like they always a bunch of crap. I'd love to see you have a chat with Dell. I haven't talked to him for a long time, but I mean, like I said, he was pretty cool that one day when I joined and I talked to him. And I would, go into his chat for a while, but then, as time went on and like the different cliques started to form within the flat earth circles, right? And people started to like, as in the beginning, nobody knew shit, right? Nobody knew shit, and we all were like sort of coming together and we were like talking to each other and trying to figure stuff out. And then like as people started asking questions and started to walk through different conversations and having debates with different trolls, well then these different opinions of how things work and what is what and what should be said and what should not be said started to form, right? So then you started to get all these different little separate cliques, and then there became the infighting, and of course didn't help when Eric Dubé started calling everybody a shill, and he was a pretty popular content creator. Like what he really should have been doing is like, hey, there's, he should have taken everybody under their wing like Bob used to do, right? That's fucking such a great, I love that thought even popped into my head. Like, that's how awesome Bob was. Bob, like Cammie was saying, Bob didn't think it was an elimination sport. Like, he wanted everybody to be thinking about flat earth. He didn't, he wanted everybody to be able to, explore it, ask questions, try to figure things out. And he thought that we should all be working together, whereas Eric Dubé came in and like gave us all the middle finger and called us all shills and told, all his popular famous buddies that we're shills and not to talk to us. So I mean, that's what happened, right? Be like Bob. God picked up a pen and wrote you a book. What happened? Who's going off about Bible stuff? Don't argue about Bible stuff, you guys. It's pointless. It's just so pointless. Different players, same team, right? Like, so, anyway. Hashtag same team. Yeah, remember Patricia started that? Patricia, one of the most attacked people ever in this whole thing. So, yeah. Phone number to call in is 848-222-2480. Why don't you guys call in? Dr. Law, I thought you said you were going to call in today, and you have not called in. What is a shill? Yeah, we were talking about this the other day. A shill, like, I'm usually the Antichrist, not a shill, right? I'm a witch, not a shill. I'm the witch. You're the Antichrist. Yay, there's Dr. Law. Hey, what's going on, Dr. Law? How you doing?
Hey, Queen Bee. I'm sorry. I've been listening. I'm waiting for a good time to call. I've been trying to recover from this weekend.
Yeah, you guys are getting down over there.
Yeah, we were very busy. I'm so grateful that you guys came out to hang out with me. I know it was a very busy day for everyone, especially Cammie. Even Cammie and Zach came out. That was great.
Oh, did they?
We had over 20 people. Yeah, they came out after you left.
Oh.
They stopped by and ate with me, and we had about 21, 22 people there that came out from the memorial.
Yeah, it was a pretty good turnout.
Yeah, but I'm just listening to your show about Dell and Eric.
Yeah. Did you know that about Dell?
I used to listen to those guys. I just found out from you. I thought I unsubbed from him many years ago because I like Gavin better. The guy that goes around with him to do flat smacking.
Mm-hmm.
They were one of the first to go around and do flat smacking.
Right?
Or actually talking to people.
That's what I'm saying.
But Gavin was the better flat smacker, in my opinion, compared to Dell. Because nobody talks back to Dell because of the way he presents himself.
Mm-hmm.
All tatted up and wearing those muscle shirts.
Yeah, he's very
like
intimidating. Yeah.
Yeah, even when he speaks nicely, he's very intimidating. But the Globebusters was phenomenal yesterday. I mean, that's what it's all about, Queen Bee. It's about getting people together, and then from there we need to spread out and awaken more as a whole, instead of all this infighting and little squabbles that we have. And I've actually, that day for the memorial, I kind of sent out a message late, I've been sending messages out to people that live in Greenville, even for the meetups we have in Spartanburg. I've sent them out 4 or 5 times, and 4 or 5 times they always have an excuse, to not make it or something like that. So I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. I'm just venting right now because, I care about these people. I want to see them again. But obviously we're not on the same page. We're there but not there. You know what I mean? At the same time. I want to have good meetups and good bonding and grow the group, so that way we can become friends, instead of these long distance relationships that we have now. But a lot of them didn't show up, so oh well. I'm gonna say it again. I'll keep trying. Maybe one last go. This is like I said, it wasn't the first or the third or the fourth time I've sent messages ahead of time that what we're gonna do. And it's right around the corner. And, all I get back is either no reply or I can't show up. I got this going on. I mean, it's like every single time. So I'm kind of wondering myself. But anyway, I don't want to cause any drama, but I am going to cause some drama, Queen Bee.
Okay.
I'm not a shit kicker or a shit stirrer, But I want we have our mutual brother, Tommy, that flat fellow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's some things going down with him. This guy has been, he's opened his heart and home to this family, okay, that he helped come over because they were getting evicted. He didn't find out until later that they were getting evicted anyway, so he fronts the money for them to come across from West Coast to the East Coast. That was about a year ago now, just a little bit over a year ago now. Man, I tell you what, he's been going through hell, this guy, Tommy, with these people. And they're talking about him, calling him names and making him look bad on Facebook and TikTok. I mean, this one girl that he helped, that she has a daughter and she has a mother. There's 3 of them. Tommy brings over here. He's paid for everything. They have not given him one red penny, until like a week ago, because he cut the power off. Before I tell you about that, he gets him over here. Everything was nice. He gets him over here so they can help him with his land. He's got some land that he wants to start farming, and he wants to, start planting and growing, raising chickens and hogs. Well, he's starting just recently, about a few months ago, he started getting chickens in. They haven't helped because things have been falling apart because they wanted him, to do this, that, and the other, and they were not paying. They didn't pay anything. Tommy let them stay because he knew that they were coming over and they wanted to leave the West Coast. But anyway, this girl, she has caused a divide between some of the people in our group. I don't understand how those people who left our group can believe this girl. She's a squatter. That's all she is. But anyway, during right before Flattoberfest, he asked him to leave. And they said, well, can you give us some time? He said, okay, I'll give you till January. So January rolls around. They don't leave. They actually bunker down. They actually just said, we're not leaving. To Tommy in his own house. Tommy's always working. He's never home. So about 2 weeks ago, he gives them an eviction notice, served them an eviction notice from the magistrate. And, they actually went and fought that. They had to get out within 5 days or contest the eviction. Well, they went and contested the eviction. So he had to go to court this past Tuesday. Well, the judge, ruled in favor for Tommy. But that girl told the judge that her daughter and her mother were handicapped in some sort of way, shape, or form. So the judge allows them 60 days. So they won't be out of there until the middle of June. They've got like less than 60 days to get out of there. But in the meantime, and in between time, during all this before, after Flattoberfest, things have been escalating to the point where they're pouring bleach into his water well that he gets, water out of. And he's highly allergic to bleach. And they're excuse me, they're leaving his chickens outside, opening the gate and leaving them outside for predators, and they don't bring them back in. And they've been putting little baby chickens with the adult chickens that were pecking them to death almost.
Yeah.
I mean, this is crazy. Vinny lives only 10, 15 minutes from Tommy. He has to go over there and help Tommy take care of the chickens and his hogs. I mean, this has gotten ridiculous, guys. People, this girl is a squatter, okay? I'm not lying. I've been there. I've seen it. They don't do anything, okay? Her name is Amanda G.D. Her and Tommy used to have a channel together like 3 or 4 years ago before the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and this girl is supposed to be a truther who's come here and now she come here on Tommy's dime. Okay? On Tommy's dime. He spent thousands of dollars getting them over here from coast to coast. They drove over here. That's a whole nother issue too. But anywho, they're killing his animals, and I think they're trying to kill him. They actually even approached Tommy months ago about getting them on his will. Like if something were to happen to Tommy, would they have a place to stay? And
that's crazy, Law. I didn't know about that.
Yeah. Oh my God, Queen Bee, there's so many other things that you don't know. Tommy has to tell you all this. I'm telling you this because I love Tommy. He's my brother. I'm gonna say it. He won't. This brother here has kept it a secret for so long. He just came out, to the rest of the crew about a couple weeks ago, a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
When he served that Amanda GD the eviction notice. And so I don't want to keep it quiet anymore because she's hitting TikTok and Facebook talking about, her and her family's been done wrong by this terrible truther in the community, and she's been done so bad and so wrong. Girl, you are a liar. You are the biggest liar and squatter in the truther community. You're just a squatter. You're nothing but a liar. I'm so worked up right now. I can't even think straight, thinking about all the things she's done to my brother Tommy.
I know.
And Vinny will vouch for it.
This has been going on
Vinny's
for a
there.
while, though, hasn't it? How long ago did she move out here to his place?
A year ago. A year ago.
Yeah.
This is almost a year to the day. She got here in May. So she's been here 11 months. 11 months at least.
Yeah, and in that time...
She won't leave the place.
Right. Well, that's why we haven't seen or heard from Tommy this year either, right? Because Tommy used to do a lot of activism. He used to go to the flea market all the time, and he had, Tommy was very, very active, and we used to see him quite often. And that's all gone way, almost non-existent. Now we hardly ever see Tommy anymore because of the stuff that he's been going through. Because of this manipulative, lying, sack-a-doo-doo person. Yeah,
she led him on from the beginning, from Flattoberfest 2, because Tommy thought they had a spark, and I think she led him on, but come to find out, man, she's not that kind of a person. She's like the Lucky Charms, trying to find her rainbow. I don't know. But I'm just so pissed. I'm sorry, guys in chat. I don't care what anyone says or thinks about me. I'm going to stand up for my brother. I'm my brother's keeper, my sister's keeper. I don't like infighting, but this girl has got to be put, I'm just trying to warn you guys about certain people. And I know this one person, okay? Her name, she goes by Amanda GD on YouTube, on TikTok, whatever, Facebook. Mm-hmm. Guys, this one is someone to watch out for. And Tommy's been working so many hours just to try to pay for the light bill, pay for the water, whatever he's got payment. He's got to do it for 4 people instead of just one person himself. He's been doing this for a year. Hasn't said a word to most of the Kakalaki crew. Only at first, it was just me and Vinny who knew about it. And now I want to say something because she's on the verge of getting out. Because the judge has told her to get out by June, middle of June, and I think I don't know. They're still staying in. By the way, they sold all their belongings in that trailer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, they went through Tommy's stuff and sold his stuff too. They break into his locked shed that he has locked. They break the lock, or they pick the lock and get things that they need out of there. They even, the trees and the plants that Tommy has growing, they dig up and sell. Even the soil, she's selling his topsoil.
Oh my God!
This is what Tommy is. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. This is how bad this person is. To be a loser, a lying loser, squatter, who has nothing. I mean, she says she homeschools her child, but she doesn't have the credentials for it. Her child is she's a zombie. She's a zombie, and she has nothing. But yet she takes advantage of this kind person who has tried to help her get on her feet. Her mom, and her daughter. This is unbelievable, the kind of things that people will do to one another. And she calls herself a truther.
Yeah.
All right, so if you guys in the chat know Amanda GD, she used to go by Amanda Globe Denier.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the GD stands for.
Yeah, Amanda Globe Denier. She
Yeah.
used to use her
Look
real
out for
last
this
name.
person, guys.
I wish I could remember what her real last name was, because she used to use a real name, and then she changed it to Globe Denier.
Yeah, she's she's been going around, and she's separated us from a couple of people in our group that I mean, with lies. I don't know what in the world that that person's thinking about, trusting this girl she doesn't work. She was doing DoorDash, she got fired or whatever. I don't know. Oh, this is terrible.
It is terrible
news for Tom. But yeah, we have to get you caught up on all of that, Queen Bee. Whenever Tommy gets everything straightened out, he's got another 2 months to go. He's in a process. He is actually living with Vinny right now for the past 3 days now. 2-3 days.
Right, because you were
Friday.
telling me that he didn't even go back to his own house because of it.
Right. He went back yesterday and found out that they had sold their truck, and now they bought some like a school bus, a short bus, and that's been converted, because his neighbors are his relatives, and they keep an eye on it, and they videotape what's going on, because they now know what has been going on.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just not me and Vinny, it's his entire family that knows what's going on.
Well, that's good.
So now the community knows.
Yeah.
Right. And I want you to, like I said, if anyone spots this person anywhere on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, hey, let her know I said hello. She'll probably block me after this, like she blocks everybody who comments negatively about her, like Shelly, because she went on the retreat with us and Ariel.
Yeah. Oh, right? Did she?
Yes, that was when the first time she had just gotten here, a couple weeks before.
Okay.
Yeah, Tommy spent a lot of money. Oh, on the way here, it actually took him like 4 days longer than what was planned, because they wanted to see the West Coast one last time. So Tommy had to dish out more money for them to stay extra.
Oh my God.
I mean, this is ridiculous. Yeah, and also, a couple weeks ago, her mom actually approached Tommy and said, if you want us to leave, give us $8,000 and we'll leave. I'm like, what?
Trying to extort money out of him?
This is her mom. Yes. That Amanda needs to be institutionalized. She is a mental case, a basket case. She is a psychopath, a sociopath, all the paths that you want to put there. Just don't follow her path.
All the paths.
This is ridiculous.
You know, it's really sad though, because but what? Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead, Queen Bee.
I was just gonna say it's sad that I think that what happens is that people like that, people who are leeches, people who just want to take from people, who want, to use people for stuff, they find good people, like flat earthers are like, some of them could be easy victims because they're mostly good people, they want to help people, they're honest, and so I think it's easy to get taken for a ride, and so this just is another lesson to let people know that just because somebody says that the earth is flat, or they say that they are, understand what's really going on in the world, doesn't make them a good person. You still have to keep your eyes open around people, really watch it, because a lot of flat earthers shine a really bright light, and what's attracted to that bright light? All the fucking insects. All the little blood-sucking insects, right? So.
Right. Oh, goodness. But yeah, and also people who live in, all live in different states, but South Carolina, I'll tell you, it's crazy. You guys need to look up and, before you invite someone to your home, you better make damn sure you know what the invite law, the rule is on that one. It's kind of like inviting Dracula into your home.
Inviting Dracula, right?
The living life out of you.
Yeah, or you better
blood.
Have some sort of written agreement,
Absolutely. That's the main thing, you have got to look. If you invite people, even for a meetup, you need to write something up that they agree that they will leave at a certain time. Because if they stay more than one day or one night, you're done. They're welcome to everything. Even this is a reason why she's able to break into Tommy's shed, go and rummage through his house, sell everything in his house. She can sell everything in his house, and it's lawful. That's what the judge was telling Tommy, that because she lives there, she's a resident there, she can do anything she wants. She can sell everything. But Tommy asked the judge, what if I sold her stuff? The judge said, well, then we'll arrest you. Does that make any sense? Wow. I had to ask Tommy 3 different times because that sounds crazy. He's like, no, that's what the judge told me.
That's crazy.
And
that is insane.
That
it is true, though. There's people who
doing everything.
There are people who make, like, that's what they do. They do this shit on purpose. Did you ever see a movie called Pacific Heights?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pacific Heights.
Yeah.
Right? Where the guy moves into their apartment and he acts like he's got a bunch of money and they're like, oh, no, it's cool. And then he ends up, like, not paying them, and then he starts destroying the house and, like, trying to take over their property because of these, like, weird rights that tenants have. Like, landlords, I learned that lesson, too, really hard myself because, like, we have me and my ex-husband have a house that was that we lived in when we first moved here. It's just a tiny little 1,000-square-foot house across the street from where I live now. And when we built this house to live in it, we rented the other one out, right? We're just like, oh, well, why not? It's just sitting there. It's right across the street. We can keep an eye on it. Oh, that doesn't matter. That woman destroyed the inside of my house. It is completely fucking destroyed. It is unlivable right now. And her 1-month deposit doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of the level of damage done to that house. So landlords, property owners don't have any fucking rights. You have no recourse for making your money back. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this entire house needs to be remodeled now. And there's, like, it has to be out of pocket.
Wow.
Yeah.
Or either you got to have deep pockets for good attorneys. That might be the only thing.
Well, but this woman doesn't have any money, right? Like, even if I was able to sue her and the judge ruled in my favor, you can't squeeze blood from a turnip, as they say, right? So, like, I'm never going to get the $50,000 from this woman that it's going to take to remodel that little house. It's probably more than that, who knows? Completely destroyed the inside, infested with pests, filth, like disgusting, gone, So yeah, being a landlord and renting property out, never again. I will never mess with that shit ever again. Ever again.
Holy cow. I feel for you. Oh my goodness. I feel for you. I understand. Yeah, people can mess up things for sure. But I'd hate to say it, bring this out, into the open to everyone. But I as my brothers and sisters keeper, people in chats, I feel like, you're my brother and sisters. If you feel differently, let me know, and I won't feel the same for you. But you need to be warned about people like this. And I have a specific person that I'm warning you about. If you don't want to take my heed and warning, hey, that's on you. I'm getting it out there. I'm tired of this crap. 1 year I've been going through this with Tommy, and goodness knows, I couldn't take what he's doing, not even for 1 day. So he's been doing this for 1 year.
Yeah.
Guys, keep that name on your list. Amanda GD. G, Globe Denier. Amanda GD. Yeah. You have some balls on you, girl. And literally, she has balls, I think. I don't know.
Well, I saw her starting to trash talk on Facebook, that, and then I texted you when I saw that, because I was like, what's going on? But yeah, once I saw that and I saw her starting to trash my friend, I was like, I just unfriended her. I just wanted her off my list. I don't want to see it. I just can't.
Yes.
It's too frustrating. So.
Yeah, Shelly, Shelly messaged her back, and then another one of our friends started talking, and it got to the point where she blocked Shelly. I mean, Shelly was being nice too,
Mm-hmm.
But her and one of our close friends that had left our group, she's blocked all of us too. It seems like I don't get it. I don't know where she's at. I don't really. Since she's left, I don't really care. I just wish her the best. But I have I had no bad feelings towards her before she left. But now that she's gone and starts making trouble, hey, don't come around. Please don't come back around. Go on your own way. You need your own space and time. We'll give you that. You know. And as far as everyone else is concerned too, like I said, I want to get into the brighter side of things. That this past Saturday, when people start, all my flat earth brothers and sisters start coming, to see me and just to hang out with me for whatever time they had. Man, that was the greatest thing for this weekend. Every one of my family. Did you meet my mom, Karen?
I don't remember.
I might not have had time to.
I don't know.
Well, you met my sister. Anyway. Every one of my family, they were like, "Gosh, La, why are all these people here?" They, I mean, I was like, "Well, they're my friends." They said, "Oh my God, they spent so much," and I was like, I told them to just come and eat, But I really appreciate that, from you guys, from the bottom of my heart, man. You guys were there to hang out, and it was very fun. Spicy Sarah led the charge. Her and Griff and Josie. It was good to see them. I'm glad everyone came out. Even Carl, FE Nation, came all the way from Knoxville.
Yeah, that's right.
The memorial. Shout out to Carl. That guy is a legend.
Yeah,
he's the kind of person, Karen, he's the kind of guy that I'd call my brother. Whenever there's a meetup, he goes. I did Rico and I did a meetup in Nashville, Tennessee, 3.5 hours away, Aaron. He was there. And the meetup was at like 7 o'clock. We hung out till 10. He left my cousin's house where I was staying around midnight.
Wow.
He didn't get home till 3:30 in the morning. Yeah.
Wow.
This guy is a legend. But now, when he comes to Spartanburg, he stays with me at my brother's house. So he always has a place to stay. Carl knows,
That's cool.
My brother and sister, they love him. He's a cool guy, yeah. But like people like this is what we need to grow our community. Because that kind of bond you cannot find anywhere, guys. Everyone out there in chat, people listening later to the show, man, you guys need to get out there. I mean, if you have plans, hey, what does it hurt to change one of those days? You know what I mean? Just move your plans. I'd rather do that any day, because I don't celebrate anything, birthdays or holidays or anything at all. Because every day is that birthday, it's that holiday, it's that gift. It's called a present. Every day is like that.
Yep, I agree.
I want to enjoy my present. Right, I want to enjoy my present with my brothers and sisters out there. Okay, that's why I'm glad you have these shows, Aaron. I can't thank you enough, and a lot of people cannot thank you enough. We always talk about you.
Do you?
We're always behind you. I know you have your issues with people. Hey, you know what? I think you're human, Queen Bee. I don't know. I'm not sure. You may be an alien, but I think you're human.
That's for sure.
So you're allowed. you're allowed to have your opinions and your temper. We all have it, you know. I put up with people with their differences, you know. It's when you say, yeah, I don't want anything else to do with you. You know, I just wait around for that. But yeah, I just like to leave that on a good note that we had a great time at a temple. I just wish I could have been there for the memorial, but I was setting up since 11 o'clock that morning.
Yeah.
And started cooking around 3 o'clock. So I wish I would have been there with all of you guys. I would have loved to have done that, but I had already committed to that for months.
Yeah, it's
in
okay.
advance, and plus my sister needed me.
Yeah,
Right?
it's okay, La.
Yep.
We understood. That's why we went and saw you after.
Yeah, you guys just don't know how much it meant for me, to me, that you guys came out. I mean, my mom was so surprised that you guys came. I said, well, why all these people come? Why all your friends come? You know, because I was telling them where everyone was from. You know, Tiffany's, Shelby, and Emily's in Asheville.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you're over there. And Carl was in Knoxville, and she's like, "What? Why all these people come?" Mom, they're all my friends. You know, we just have a bond. She said, "Oh my God, you have a lot of friends, La." You know, because I'm a very private person like you, Karen. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't go out to do much. I only do meetups. That's what I live for. And
Yeah.
I'd rather do that than anything. So, but anyway, the show was great, Karen. Let me run. Done my lunch, and I gotta get going.
All right, La.
Shout out to everyone out there. And Karen, can you get on Spicy Sarah to get another meetup in Spartanburg? I think it'll be a good one this time.
Yeah. We've been talking about it. We are going to do another meetup in Spartanburg.
Okay, give me a heads up if you find a date, okay? So that way I'll know it's free, and because I might do another event or go to another festival to cook again in May. So let me know. Give me a heads up, okay? And I'll let you know if I'm there. If I can move things around, I'll be there, okay?
Okay, for sure. For sure.
All right. Thank you so much, Queen Bee, everyone in chat. Much love, everyone. Talk to you guys later.
All right, later, La. Well, now you're all up to speed. Our dear friend, that flat fellow's going through a hard time. So just, you know, if you see him, offer him, you know, your support. Just say it's, you know, whatever. Let him know you got his back, because he's being attacked by a real evil. See you next Tuesday right now. Oh, more callers. This is fantastic. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen.
Hey, Kyle. How are you?
Kyle.
Yeah. What's up?
Doing well. Hey, sorry to hear about your bad tenant. If you could get your house cleaned up, that you're renting out, you should Airbnb it.
That's probably a good idea. Well, I don't know, though. This area isn't really like a big destination town. I wonder if it would even do well as an Airbnb.
What you can do is you can look around and see what other Airbnbs are doing around the neighborhood. You guys get a bunch of people over there for like the Flat Earth meetups, right? And so the people are coming in for different events. You'd be surprised. But yeah, the easiest way to check it out and just kind of tell a prediction is just by just hopping on the Airbnb website, and you can check what is going on in the area at the time. And so you can think about like, you know, $20, $60 a night, even or more, and it's just right there across the street from you, as you say. So that should be like super easy to manage. It's like you can't ask for a better setup than that.
Yeah, maybe.
And you can monitor it, and everything is kind of backed by Airbnb themselves. I can only speak from experience over here. We live pretty close to Zion National Park out in Utah, and we do a Airbnb, and it's been great. So my wife does most of the managing in that, but it's been excellent for us. I just had to throw that your way. It's worth checking out. It just beats doing the whole renter thing with yeah,
Oh yeah,
nothing
I'm never
backing you.
doing
If they
that.
mess it up, it's all on you.
Yeah, I'm never doing that again, man. What a nightmare. What a
Yeah.
freaking nightmare.
Airbnb is the way to go in that department.
Yeah, yeah. Ah, that's good. Good to know. I'd not thought of that.
Yeah. Our neighborhood, like, they've got whole houses that they Airbnb. We don't do it that yet, but yeah, lots and lots of houses. Like, we got like whole neighborhoods just of people just buying up houses just to Airbnb them. It's crazy. But it doesn't affect our business. Like, if we just get so many people coming out here all the time, yeah, it doesn't even faze them. So it's kind of funny.
That's interesting.
I think the difference is we have 2 rooms, and so when it's like a couple or something, or like a small family, then they'll come with us. But if it's like a large family or multiple families, then they'll all pitch in together and get one of the homes, and that's kind of how they end up doing it. It ends up being cheaper than a hotel that way for an extended stay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and so if you were to do your whole house that way, yeah, people love that stuff because they're always looking for like an extended stay kind of getaway.
Yeah, I mean it's actually a good size house for that. It's 3 bedrooms, and it's a 3-bedroom, 1 bath. It's just 1,000 square feet. It's a little house, but it's it's a good house. Has a fireplace.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so just look up what's going on in your area, and there you go.
Okay, well that's good to know. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, it's better than just doing nothing with it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's also like what we really like about it is it's a stay-at-home kind of a thing. You can work from home and be generating income that way, and it's not like a shabby amount of income. I think my wife said just doing the Airbnbs just from the 2 rooms that we've got, it's like $4,000 this month for that, just Airbnb. And so she's just work-at-home mom.
Oh,
so
wow.
For people who are homeschooling, that's pretty good. Yeah, she makes more money than I do just doing that sometimes.
Yeah, that is pretty good. Absolutely. Huh. All right. Good to know.
Yeah, so yeah, it's kind of one of those tips for people who are trying to work from home, because that can be tough sometimes, especially when you're trying to homeschool. It's just really crazy. But yeah, it ends up being more on your plate, but it puts you in the home more than you would otherwise. So I guess that's the benefit to it.
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, well that's cool. Anything else?
Nothing else that's really popping into my mind. Just been having a lot of fun over here doing family history work. Just getting this video done for Cammie here about my common ancestor with Bob Nadell. It's awesome.
Oh, right, that's
really
right.
Fun. He's my
that'll be cool to see when you get done with that.
I plan on having it done tonight. That's when I'm doing all my work on it.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm tracing my line back to our common ancestor, and then after that, I'm telling the story between each of I guess it's their descendancy, kind of the story of where each of them moved in between. So, kind of watching. Okay, well, this person, they died here, and then their children, they died there and there and there, and kind of going all the way down until we kind of catch up to us, and then Flat Earth brought us together. So it's kind of a really fun adventure story. So kind of how the family separated over time and then came back together.
Interesting. That's cool. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone over on her, because it was like really easy for me, which tells me there's someone over there on their end that's been doing a lot of work when it comes to getting this family history done, because normally it ends up being a whole lot of work for me to try and dig my way down there. But yeah, it's mostly done on their end. So I was able to find like that, like our combined family history, kind of going back from our common ancestry to like I want to say like 11,000. Sorry, not 11. Sorry. It's like 1,100 and something BC. It was crazy.
Wow. So
Yeah,
what do you
it's
use
just
to
really
find
fun
the
stuff.
information for it? Are you using a website or what are you using?
Oh, most of my stuff, FamilySearch.org does it for free, and they work with findagrave.com, and they work with they go and collect a whole bunch of census records, immigration records, and so it's all about building off of the records that are already out there. And so with where I connect with Bob, it's out in Ireland, and we were able to find the records of our ancestors in Ireland through like baptismal records, and so that was kind of with, I think it was the Catholic Church or something. I think that's what I'll have to go take a closer look at those records. But yeah, they do a lot of the scans, and so the immigration records from Ireland to the colonial United States at the time, and so it's kind of fun to see the different events. Okay, well, these ancestors were kind of probably involved in the Revolutionary War because they lived right there at that time during that time, and then kind of looking at their children and seeing how that war affected the family and different events. And okay, then this is the Civil War, and this is how the war is affecting their family. And yeah, it's a really fun experience. It's kind of making your history book kind of come alive because it's about your family particularly. And so yeah, I've been doing this. I picked up like one of my coworkers. I made my video a little while back about who's your granddaddy, and I told my coworker about that, and she just kind of looked at me and said, "Oh, I barely know who my grandparents are," and so I just kind of looked at her and I was like, "I can help you with that." And so she had like one name of one of her grandparents, and she's like in her 60s, and she gave me that name, and I was able to type that name in, and I found the grave with that, and then all of a sudden I found grandma's name, and then after that I just unlocked it and found like 15 generations back on one side. Yeah, just exploded, and I'm suddenly finding pictures of her family members that she did not have, like pictures of her grandparents that she never had or had ever seen before. And she's like, "That's them!" And like so I've been helping her kind of get her records together and just spending a ton of time with doing this. And yeah, and I'm just getting super involved with it. It's been so much fun just helping her out with all of this. And eventually I find out, hey, look at that, I'm related to you. And so now she's just like welcomed me in, and really close cousins now. And it's just really sweet because she doesn't really have any family in the area. And the funny thing about it is like the exact so as I did her family history and found out how I was related to her, I also found out I'm related to my wife, kind of going back as well, but it's like 10 generations back or something like that. And so I'm not like closely related, but yeah, I find out that I'm related to my wife down the exact same line that she is related to me on. And so, yeah, so the exact same people, except there's a one generation difference. And so the way she's related to my wife goes one line, and then when it gets connected to me, it's just one generation farther. That's it. And so I was like, what? And it gets even crazier because I'm from Salt Lake. The way I'm related to her is from my ancestors from Salt Lake, and that's kind of far away. And her family's like were from California, and then my wife, she's from over here, which is like southern Utah. And so it's like really far apart. And so I'm just kind of getting obsessed with just kind of tracing the lines and kind of seeing how they all connect back, and kind of, whoa, what happened? And yeah, it's all really, really fun. It's just very addicting. Just learning it and kind of verifying all of the information, seeing the records and finding the pictures, and yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, right on.
Yeah,
interesting.
Kind of, I was trying to use this kind of these resources to try and look into some of the descendants of Zion, Illinois, the Flat Earth city.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was looking up some of like the major leaders in that city, Alexander Dowie, and so he had some kids, and they ended up having. I couldn't really trace his descendants very far down, but the guy who replaced Dowie, I'm trying to remember his name.
Voliva.
I think it was. Yeah, it's him, Voliva. Yeah, I actually was able to trace his descendants down, but they're all out in Florida now. And so I'm like, okay, trying to find out why did they leave Zion, Illinois, and like all of the descendants, as far as I can tell, they've all immigrated out to Florida. So why did they move out to there? And so I've been trying to poke around on Facebook to try and find the living descendants, and I reached out to some living descendants, but no one got back to me. So it's just kind of like, yeah, so it's hard because family church, they don't share any information on people who are alive. And so I have to like go through Facebook and say, okay, they've got this last name. I know the right last name, and I just know the general area where I'm likely to find some living descendants. And so I just kind of get onto Facebook and, hey, are you related to Wilbur Voliva from way back then? And because I don't see any other people with your last name around here. And so I'm just kind of hit and miss and just kind of trying to find her, because I think that would be a really interesting story to hear. Hey, is anyone still a flat earther to this day? And kind of get the inside scoop. But
like if they sort of have that family history like relevant, like they keep it relevant within their family, like we used to be flat earthers, or we are flat earthers, or like old school flat earthers.
Yeah, because there's really significant history and a lot of things happened, and so I kind of want to hear the inside story and everything what happened that's not from like the newspapers and not from some magazine, because a lot of that stuff ends up getting, totally slandered by the anti-flat earthers, and so it'd be kind of cool to hear the story from an actual flat earth perspective. And I think they've got a whole museum out there, and it's hard. They've got weird hours, so I haven't been able to call them yet. But yeah, their website says go call the library instead, and so I guess I just need to get off my butt and go call the library and try and find out more information from those sources. And I don't know, it's all one big puzzle piece that it's just really fun to solve.
Oh, all right. That's cool, Kyle.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
Yeah.
The whole flat earth history thing is just, it's been really fun for me. Very absorbed into all that. Yeah.
The history of the flat earth, like, I've done that. I've gone into, like, look at old newspaper articles and searched, like, the old archives for flat earth stuff. And I found some pretty interesting stuff. I found some funny articles, like, about how they were talking about how the flat earther was so tenacious that nobody could convince him that that the earth was a ball. Like, it was just funny how they were like talking about how stubborn flat earthers were, and I was like, that's right. Back then we were still stubborn, and we're still stubborn now. So yeah, it's interesting the stuff you can find.
Yeah, there's one of the teachers over at like the School of Zion, and it briefly mentioned her name, like Miss Mary something, and I was like, do they have any living ancestors that would be willing to talk about that and just get a story from one of them? I just want to hear someone from Zion. And then there's a meetup we did in St. George like months ago, and all of a sudden I got onto the Clock app, and I was just kind of pinging every person around Zion, Illinois to try and say, hey, do you know about this place? What can you tell me about Zion, Illinois? Are you related to any of the people over there? Just through the Clock app. And all of a sudden, one of those people was someone I knew from a meetup out here in St. George. I was like, what are you doing over there? I had no idea. And he had no idea anything about Zion, Illinois. And so it was kind of a major surprise to him. But he went over there and checked out the museum, and just wish he would have taken more photos and kind of had more to tell me after that. But yeah, he had fun and kind of touring it out and seeing what it was like over there. But yeah, just need to get more back from like anymore. And yeah, he's just kind of quiet. But yeah, it was fun anyway. But
All right.
yeah.
Cool. Well, cool, Kyle. Thanks for calling. It's always good to hear from you.
Yeah, I'll keep you informed on future events.
Yeah.
Can't wait for you to come to Vegas.
Yes.
Vegas, baby.
Yes.
Vegas.
Vegas, baby, Vegas. That's right.
Yeah, looking forward to that. I will be there 100%.
Awesome. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle.
And I want to speak if I can.
Okay, well, I haven't done the schedule yet. Well, I'm still working on it.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Put me on your list when it's up and ready. Put me on the list. I will speak. I know exactly what I want to talk about. So,
all right,
yeah,
Kyle.
It'll be fun.
Okay.
I've got a home run hitter for you. I've been saving just for this.
All right, cool. Sounds good.
Okay, good to talk to you.
All right, later. All right. I have to... I'll be right back. 1 sec. Alrighty. I apologize for that. I got one more caller. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk Around with Karen B.
Hey, Karen B. It's Tony Coriolis.
Hey, Tony Coriolis.
Hey. So last week I called in. I said we were going to an art walk in Old Town Scottsdale.
Right.
And that was on Thursday last week, and it kind of a failed attempt at the hangout. You know, sometimes we have some flop hangouts. There was really just 4 of us, and no one else showed up. But still, it was a great day, and so great enough where I even had something to say about it. So we went out first to like a brewery, whatever, for happy hour, and then we went to the meetup spot. No one was there, so we're look at each other. We're like, all right, time to keep on drinking, you know, forget the art stuff. So we just went out drinking to this place called Rusty Spur out in Old Town, and it's a very prominent, like, pop-in place, but it's really small. So we went, like, before the band started, and it was kind of low-key. And then kind of right as the band started, one of the girls, Jen, had to leave. So right after Jen left, some dude with, like an Elvis type of getup. He had, like, a suede jacket that was, like, the bandana print, blue and black. And he comes over and he starts like kind of saying, hey, what's up, like you people or whatever. And we were just sitting together, like 3 of us, and we're like, oh, not much, whatever. And we're ready, like, okay, cool, this guy's going to get hit with flat, you know? Let's just see how he feels. And the dude, he must have already been drunk or something, but apparently he works for like Lockheed Martin. And then we all just looked at each other like, whoa, what did he just say? And he goes, yeah, we're harvesting off the moon and blah, blah, blah. He's trying to like talk himself up to us, you know, and we just kind of were like, what the, like, it was awesome. We talked to the guy for a good half an hour, and nothing we said made him think any different. But he said, just one little thing I said, I was trying to be polite with him, you know. He goes, when we said we think the earth is flat, he goes, have you ever seen the rockets go up? And then I go, I've seen a lot of videos. And he goes, I was sitting VIP section at the launch in Florida or whatever. Okay?
Okay.
Still following all?
Yeah.
Okay. So then I said, like, do the rockets go straight up or do they go out and over? Like, do they just go out or do they go straight up and out into space? And he goes, no, well, they have to go out. And he was just discrediting everything that we said. And it was just really fun to run into that weirdo guy. And we, like, took pictures with him and everything. Then we left there. We went to another bar. And, like, I just happened to know someone at the bar, and then the guy he was talking to is like, oh, I'm going to buy you a shot, whatever. So I go, okay, and I go and sit back down. And the guy comes over with shots, and they're like the green tea shots, you know, like the, I guess you could say girly kind of shot, but I'm cool with it. So we have our 2 green tea shots, and then the girl at the bar, she's like, wussies with like the green tea, and then she said something, I don't know, somehow we instantly got onto flat earth, and she goes, yeah, the earth is flat. And then I looked at the guy, Mark, who's wearing a flat earth shirt, and I'm like, read his shirt. And then it was just cool. I guess it was a person who was in our group that we made, but has never gone to a meetup that happened to be sitting at the bar that night.
Oh, okay.
So just a really cool Thursday, all flat. And then Friday, I went to a poker tournament with some people that I know, family, friends, I guess, known from Little League. And I've told them I've hit them with flat before, poorly received, whatever. But it was really like a whole new group, and then just the guy whose house it is. So I started talking to him about, I like the Chinese New Year. You into that at all, Karen?
Yeah.
Do you know your animal?
Mine was born in the year of the snake.
Snake. Okay, cool. It's a secret friend of the monkey.
Is it?
But I think that means you're an odd year, right?
I am.
Odd birth year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So I got all kind of into it like a little bit, just because it's easy to understand since I like the numbers. It's like there's 2 even teams, 2 odd teams, and then your teammates with your 2 other even buddies, all 4 years apart, and then your enemies on the other even team. So I don't know, I just got to talking to him about that. And then just as we were saying that, the guy goes, oh yeah, this guy here thinks flat, you know? And I really did just control the whole crowd, the whole conversation. It was one of the best talks I ever had with people. And I just went on how it's like anti-God, like you can't, it's one or the other, you know?
Yeah.
And it went fantastic. So I had a whole great weekend sparking off of that art walk.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Right on. In Arizona, right? Scottsdale, Arizona?
Yeah, out here in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm 100% in on the Vegas. I'm going to be out there.
Right on.
There was something else that I had in mind to talk about. I don't know. I'm out here dragging my ball fields right now, so I can't really think of what I was going to say.
Okay.
Was
it related to anything else we were talking about today? Moon map stuff?
It was. I think it was related to whatever I called in last time about, and then it was going to be a branch off of that, but I can't think of it right now. Okay. I will definitely be hitting you with more calls. Appreciate the call-in shows and everything that all the flat people do. It's my favorite thing. I look forward to them every week.
Yeah. Cool. Right on. Well, thanks for calling.
Yeah.
All right. Take care.
Thank you, Karen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yes, I'm a snake from 77 as well. How many 77 babies are in here? 77. 77. He's dragging his No, I think he's saying he's dragging his ball field. Like, you know, like a... It sounded like he was dragging a field. You know how they do. Hey, what's up, Ute? Yeah, if you were born in 1977, you were born in the year of the snake. Oh, almost, yeah. Yeah. Also, shout out to James Ritchie for the tip on Rockfin. Really appreciate you. Stavely's a snake. Yeah, and my daughter is a dragon. And boy, is she ever. Born in 2012. People born in 2000 are 23 this year. It's mental. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Here we go. So this will tell you. So year of the snake, 2013, 2001, 89, 77, 1965, 53, 41. My daughter is a dragon, born 2012. I also have a ox, my son, 2009. And what about my first one? What is he? He is a sheep. Oh, I have an ox and a sheep and a dragon. And I'm a snake. What animal is 85? Let's see. 90, 83, 84, 85. Ox. That would be an ox. Whatever age you were, 15 was the best year. I don't know about that. I don't consider 15 to be my best year. Yeah, 66, horse. So that tells you. If you ever want to figure out what year, what do they call this? I guess it's like Chinese horoscope, but it's different. What do they call the animal chart? Just Chinese astrology, I guess. Chinese zodiac. I just want to see that picture. Here we go. And then, oh, here, this one's got descriptions. So let's read descriptions. Snake. I'll read my snake. Very wise and very strong-willed, physically beautiful, yet vain and high-tempered. The ox, rooster, and dragon are fine, but the tiger and pig will bring trouble. I don't think I'm vain. I mean, maybe. Am I vain? I don't think I'm vain. I take exception to the vain part. Let's see. What do you want to know about? Who wants there? Back when Jack Daniels and Hypnotic used to exist. Was slicing myself at 15? Oh my gosh. 15-year-old with glasses and braces. 15 is definitely not my favorite year of being alive. Let's see. The ox. Ox is bright and patient. You are a good listener, but disdainful or failure. Disdainful or failure. You are attracted to the snake, rooster, and rat and should avoid the ram. Dragon, passionate and soft-hearted, but somewhat stubborn, very healthy and energetic. You are well suited to the rat, snake, and monkey, but ill-suited to the dog. So it'll tell you like what your best compatible thing is, I guess. Some of this stuff is pretty accurate though. I remember when I was first pregnant with my first child, there's a Chinese chart that predicts the sex of your child. Let me see if I can find it. Chinese gender predictor chart. Here we go. So you put in all your information and then you see the prediction. And there's also like a chart where you can just look at it. I wish it would just show me the chart. Anyway, it was pretty accurate. Let me see if I can find images for it. It's like yeah, here we go. So there's this chart, right? So month of conception, and then your age at the time of conception, and it will tell you. And then it has blue for boy. It has blue for boy and pink for girl. There's only boy and girl on here. I don't know why that is. They don't have a predictor for all of the other fucked up shit that you can get. But they do predict the boy and the girl. Maybe they should put P and V for penis and vagina. Oh my god. So anyway, this chart was actually accurate to all of my pregnancies. Let me see if I can figure out my first 26 and the time of conception. It was up here. March. One of these. Anyway, it was accurate for me. It's weird how that stuff goes. There's something with the Chinese stuff where they have like a basic pattern figured out that fits. I don't know, it's really weird. Each sign has an element assigned to the year, yeah. Earth monkey. Boys have a penis and girls have a vagina. Hey, Tony Coriolis, Barb R is in the chat, and she says, I'm in Phoenix. I'm a blue dot looking for a meetup. Okay, so let me go to my meetups page. Did I not list? Oh, that's Colorado. I feel like I'm forgetting a meetup. God, it's so hard to keep track of everything, you guys. It's so freaking hard. Anyway. Let me see about guess I don't have it. I guess I'm not. But some people send me so many things. Sometimes I feel like I'm missing stuff when I'm not, or then I don't know. But anyway, if you do want to plan a meetup and you want me to list it on the website, email me at karenbfe@protonmail.com or flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com with all of your meetup information, and I will post it to the website. Typically, when I post it to the website, I do reply to your email with a link to your meetup, so you have the link to start sharing it out. If I don't reply to you with that, then I probably haven't listed it yet, and it's possible that I forgot, and feel free to remind me, because I'm sorry, you guys, but it's really hard for me. It's difficult to keep track of everything. So if I forget, I'm sorry, remind me. Email me again, you know what I'm saying? Harass me about it if I don't do it, because I do forget. And I don't mean to. I'm sorry. It just happens. But there are some meetups coming up. There's the one in Stamford, Connecticut coming up April 29th, 2023, Rico's Thin Crisp Pizza. And like Dave said on the phone earlier, if you want to go to the meetup, you should RSVP to the email alexander.lowry@gmail.com. Okay? And let them know that you're coming. I guess they're bringing stuff there for y'all. So that's that, 1 to 4 p.m. So that looks like a lot of fun. There's also a meetup in Oklahoma coming up this weekend, this Saturday, April 22nd, Oklahoma's Hummingbird Hangout. Saturday, April 22nd, 2023, from noon till whenever at Hummingbird Beach, located in Lake Eufaula State Park near Chakota, Oklahoma. So this is the one being organized by Jesse. So you can RSVP, you can call these numbers, you can email these email addresses if you want more information. They're going to be barbecuing. They've got activities that they're going on there. It'll be fun. And Peanut Gallery will be there. If you are a regular watcher of Strange World, then you know that Peanut Gallery is always there in the background with me and Mark every Tuesday. He's like the producer of the show. So you might be able to meet Peanut Gallery if you go. So that's going on. Then also Ted... Well, let's see. April 4th. This is a new monthly meetup. This Fort Collins one. So yeah. So then Ted is organizing a meetup in Washington, Bellevue, Washington, at the Mustard Seed Grill and Pub, June 11th on Sunday, 2023, 5 p.m. to midnight. Mark Sargent says he will come to this meetup. So that'll be a cool Flat Earth meetup over there in Bellevue, Washington. Go hang out with some flatties at the bar, including Ted Summer, who's not gay, by the way. I saw what you guys were saying about my boyfriend in chat earlier, and my boyfriend is not gay. Okay? And then also, there's Jam in the Plain, which is taking place in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And this is like a camp out thing on private property, June 16th to the 18th. Karaoke on Friday night. There is a link to the Telegram group here, where you click this link and it takes you to the Telegram app, and you can join the chat group that is being run by the guy who is holding this event at his property. His name's Josh Fathead Perkins. He also has an email address right here for you to email and RSVP and let him know that you want to go. So it looks like there's already some people commenting here on the post. So looks like that's going to be fun. So if you live near Colorado Springs, Colorado, you guys should go check that out. Go hang out and do a camp out. Okay? I think he's collecting dicks. What? You guys are crazy. Huntington Beach meetup likely next month. No set dates. We'll announce many times when it comes to... Yeah, okay. Let us know. Everyone wants to be with Mark Sargent. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Weird Desires. Have you seen him? That's so funny. You're in Oregon, it's a 5-hour drive to Bellevue. Ooh. That's a long drive, but you know, if you feel like making a little road trip out of it, you know, Mark Sargent will be there. And probably there's a bunch of flatties that live in that area, so it'll be a good turnout, I'm sure. Talking about Ted, my boyfriend. Thanks for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen. Jesse from Hingham. How's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
Very good. Well, thank you for announcing that. You pretty much covered most of what I had to say. I just actually started tuning in about 10 minutes ago or whatever. But anyway, there's something that's been on my mind for a while, and I'm wondering if you've researched this one. I know it's a totally different subject that we were just talking about. Are you familiar with the Tunguska explosion in Siberia? I think it was 1908.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do you think, in your opinion, what do you think actually happened? You know, obviously, you know, we're not going for the official story. They say a large meteor exploded just before it actually, you know, made landfall. So what are your thoughts on what may have actually happened? I know there was one theory was that it could have actually been a nuclear blast somehow, that they had top secret technology back then. But what are your thoughts?
Well, gosh, I haven't thought about that for a long time. To be honest, let me pull something up on it. Tunguska event.
I think it was like 1908, somewhere around there.
Yeah, also called the Tunguska incident, was a 12 megaton explosion that occurred in Russia. Yeah, on June 30th, 1908. The explosion over the sparsely populated eastern Siberian taiga flattened out an estimated 80 million trees over an area of approximately 830 square miles of forest, and eyewitness reports suggest that at least 3 people may have died in the event. The explosion is generally attributed to a meteor airburst, the atmospheric explosion of a stony asteroid about 50 to 60 meters in size. The asteroid approached from the east-southeast and likely with a relatively high speed of about 2 kilometers a second. It classified as an impact event. Even though no impact crater has been found, the object is thought to have exploded at an altitude of 5 to 10 kilometers rather than having hit the surface of the Earth. See, that's what I remember hearing, that it was like this explosion that happened over basically over the wilderness in Russia, and the pictures, I wonder if they have them on here. I remember seeing pictures of like the trees splayed out, like they just got flattened over.
Yeah, I mean, almost like a, you know, tornado, or even, I wonder if it was more of a straight line. I'm trying to remember, it's been a while since I've looked at those photographs. But I wonder if maybe it's a very powerful derecho or something. But then again, I mean, there are witnesses. Who knows? Some sort of explosion. I guess the question is, you know, even if the Earth is flat, you know, could there be stuff up there that maybe occasionally does, you know, come through the atmosphere and burn up or maybe explode?
Well, yeah, I think so. Because, I mean, yeah, I don't see why not. It could be a number of things. It could be material that has floated up towards the top of the structure, and then because of the super cold temperatures it freezes or maybe congeals and turns into, you know, some sort of frozen or like different, it changes the state of matter, which is, you know, obviously dictated by pressure and heat and temperature and all that stuff. So it's possible that it goes way up there and changes, physical state of matter, becomes more solid, thereby not, falling down, getting triggered by that whole downward vector, the whole density thing, and then falling back to Earth. And then as it falls back to Earth, depending on what the materials are, maybe they spontaneously combust. Maybe the rapid temperature change causes something to explode. I don't know. I don't know, but it does. Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
And of course, the mainstream narrative, they warn that, this could happen anytime to a major city, and kill hundreds of thousands of people. Another fear tactic. But yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe it will. Really hard to say. I mean, I guess you probably remember the Russian dash camera footage of the so-called meteor shower, which shattered a bunch of windows and whatnot. I think maybe close to 10 years ago by now. But I guess the theory I've heard on that one is that they actually used aircraft to simulate that. I don't know if you heard of that one.
Mm-mm. They used aircraft to simulate it? Like they recreated it, or they did it with aircraft?
Well, they basically used they shot some stuff out of an aircraft to make it look like a meteor. And I forget what video I saw. It's been a couple of years, but supposedly there was a military experiment that was done, and it looked almost exactly like what we saw on those Russian dash cameras roughly 10 years ago.
Yeah, I think I used the footage from that in my Meteor Day video.
Okay. Interesting stuff, anyway.
Yeah.
Other than that, how are things in North Carolina?
Things are pretty good. It's starting to warm up. We got past our last day of frost, so that's good.
Nice.
Hey, Fleck.
Are you still seeing any much mask usage down there? I mean, shocking, but even 3 years in now, I mean, even in the Tulsa area, there's always one in every crowd. That's what it seems like.
Oh, there's a little bit of mask usage here. I mean, every once in a while, but it's not too bad. It's definitely the minority now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think we've gotten to the point where there's just going to be some people, unfortunately, they're so programmed, they're just going to wear it forever.
Right.
I hate to think that, but I mean, it seems like for the most part, it's just one in every crowd, pretty much.
Right.
Maybe they'll finally wise up and realize they're sticking out like a sore thumb, but who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyhow. Alrighty, well, thank you for taking the call, and shout out to you, Mark, Rick Hummer, late Rob Skiba, Bob Nodell, of course, Nick and Dan from the band, Stu Finelli, and so many others. Thank you for everything.
Yeah, right on. Thanks.
Talk to you soon.
All right, bye. Yeah, man, those meteors are something weird, man. Something weird going on. But, I don't think the sky is trying to kill us. I think it's just part of the weird dynamics of this physical realm. I mean, a lot of those don't even seem to be touching the surface of the earth. I don't know if you guys remember this video I did. This video is old now. But did you know Brian May from Queen is supposedly an astrophysicist? And I mean, how ridiculous, right? Watch.
Dangers that face mankind. From time to time, massive objects will impact on the Earth. Our surveillance of what's around us is not good enough. In Chelyabinsk, on the other side of the planet, crash, something that we never saw, impacted on the Earth. We are trying to ramp up the rate of detection of these possible impacting objects 100 times. On June the 30th, we are opening up the petition which we call 100X. It's already been signed by a number of top scientists around the world.
100x, because we need 100x sky watches watching the sky to make sure that we don't get pummeled by a massive object from space.
And astronauts. And we're asking the public to sign this petition, which will go to the governments of the world to try and get them to prioritise this as a project. Asteroid Day was formed with this in mind, of coordinating efforts all around the world to make the instruments we need to basically step up our rate of detection.
I mean, wow, right? It's big business. They even have a whole formal style guide. A style guide basically tells you which logo to use, when, and on what background, and what the proper colors to use are. This is common practice of big corporations in business for profit. Mm-hmm. Imagine yourself out in the city having some tapas and wine with your friends, and then all of a sudden, boom! Asteroid. Complete destruction and instant death. They love to show you how easily your entire existence could be wiped out by any one of these hundreds of giant rocks floating around in space, just waiting to obliterate our minuscule, meaningless, and random existence. A flaming ball in space, because that makes sense, right? A flaming ball in an environment unable to promote combustion? And don't forget the dinosaurs. Don't forget the dinosaurs. You could be wiped out by an asteroid just like these big dumb reptiles, just standing there watching their demise fall upon them. And then there's quotes like this. What happens if a big asteroid hits Earth? Judging from realistic simulations involving a sledgehammer and a common laboratory frog, we can assume it will be pretty bad. The most recent... How ridiculous, right? But this is where I made my fake asteroids. Oh, that part's coming up right now. Check it out. And then... But wait a minute. You go to another article about the same giant peanut-shaped asteroid flying around in space, and then they show you a picture of it, and it looks totally different. Well, this one at least actually looks like a peanut. But what happened to the other one? Why does the other one not look like a peanut? And it's about a peanut. And this one looks like a peanut. I mean, I had to look deeper into these peanut asteroids and see what was going on. So down there at the Arecibo Observatory, that place is blown up now. You guys remember when this thing fell apart? Like, look at it. It looks like it's falling apart right there. And they were, like, supposedly getting asteroid pictures from it for so long. And the thing just fell apart. Like, that thing had to have been unused and in complete disrepair for a really long time, if you ask me, before it fell apart.
Discovered a few
asteroids what a bunch of
that
bullshit.
Could hit Earth, like this cashew-shaped asteroid. Another giant asteroid they saw that could possibly be on a collision course is this hazelnut asteroid, or a filbert nut, it depends who you ask. They also discovered this asteroid. It's the almond asteroid. And the biggest one yet that could be on a collision course with Earth is the walnut asteroid. That's right, space is nuts. Or maybe you just have to be nuts to believe it.
Yeah, buddy. Did you see that? I made fake asteroids. At least he's a musical engineer genius. What? Oh, Brian May. Bunch of nuts. I made these. I made these fake asteroids. that was like, because this is the real asteroid, right? The peanut one. I'll play it. This is the real one from them. Arecibo Observatory. When you'd go online and look at their stuff, right? This is what it looks like. This is what they tell you it looks like. And they tell you it's the size of the Empire State Building. And it was ridiculous to me because I looked at it and immediately I knew, I'm like, I could make fake asteroids all day long, and I did. And I went and I got a cashew and I took pictures of it and I rotated it, and then I got all these other different kind of nuts I had on hand, and I literally took pictures of them all. I actually can click that flat Earth thing underneath it, and then made fake asteroid animations out of it, made fake asteroid GIFs. And you know what was funny is I was showing them to flat earthers on a stream before I made this video to see if it was like believable, and they all believed it. They all freaking believed it. And then at the end I was like, you guys, I made this, it's fake. And they were shocked. But that's how easy it is to fake space. You just, it's so easy. Some people do actually have a severely compromised immune system and are truly afraid. Hi, Karen. Yeah. Yeah. Although, some people have they have health issues that make them susceptible to becoming ill, right? Like, I don't even believe that there's actually an immune system. I don't think that there is a specific set of things in your body that you're like, that's the immune system. I think it's your whole body. Your whole body is the system, right? And inside your body, you have excretory organs that are in charge of excreting toxins and stuff out of your body that is not self, things that you don't need, things your body could do without. That's your immune system, your excretory organs, right? That's it. I don't think that there's like an actual, immune system. Oh, David's on the phone again. What's up, David?
Yo. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on?
So I want to shout out to Stefan from the Deftones and his Flat Earther black hoodie. I'm out and about wearing this thing, and it does a couple of great things. The first one that you would think is it'll help you start a conversation on Flat Earth with people, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. But better than that, it makes all of the normies not even make eye contact with you. They will avoid you like the friggin' plague. They'll make room for you to walk through and clear the path, and you don't have to deal with them. It's phenomenal.
That's funny.
It works amazing, and the only thing I don't like about summer is because I can't wear my hoodie.
Can't wear my Flat Earther hoodie, right? I know.
Yeah. So I was just out. I was at the Home Depot, a couple different places, and two great conversations with people, and then other people that are just so deep in the matrix, they just look and they walk away. They just run away. It's the greatest normie repellent ever. It's great.
Yeah.
So everybody step up and get yourself one of these hoodies. You forget what's the website?
The Strong.family.
It's linked in the app on the Strong.family, or it's linked right in the app in the shopping cart section.
Right.
Best hoodie, and it's a quality hoodie. Quality hoodie too. Very quality. So, I think I'm gonna get 3 more of them because I keep sweatshirts on my boat at night when people get cold, and if someone wants a sweatshirt, they have to wear a Flat Earther shirt.
Yeah.
That's an idea. That's it. So far, there's about 40 RSVPs for our meetup. It's really Lowry's meetup. We're just doing it together. And I'm guessing there's going to be a lot more than that because there's so many people that don't RSVP.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
And more, very importantly, Zulu One is going to be there, so that's a huge attraction.
Oh, all right. Well, right on.
All right, that's all I got to say about that. See ya.
All right, later.
Bye.
Bye. Yep, shout out to Steph Tone. He really is the bomb. And I don't know if you guys were listening to the whatchamacallit, the show we had. He sent a little message. I can play it again real quick before I close out the show. I think it's pretty cool. I posted it in my Rebellion Telegram chat for you guys to hear.
Hey everyone, this is Stephen Carpenter. I'm going to just keep this real short. I want to give my condolences to all the Globe Busters, to Cammie, to Bob's friends and family. He will be missed tremendously. Rest in peace, Bob.
Yep. Which was pretty cool. He's a pretty cool dude. Real deal. What about chickenpox and shingles? What about it? I think chickenpox is from what? Childhood jibby jabs. Actually, yeah. And shingles, that's like, you know that people are getting shingles, like if you had chickenpox, then people are getting shingles. Karen was Robert Simmons' boss when she worked at NASA graphics department. The air is lava can be the warm weather shirts, yes. That link doesn't work anymore, right? I was just trying to go to that link and it wasn't working. I'll have to ask Stefan about that, if the site's down or not, or if it changed. I wonder what's up with that. Because it was... Huh. I'm gonna have to ask him about that. I don't, let's see. Chickenpox, primarily a childhood disease. When did people start getting chickenpox? Like, when was that a thing? Because it used to be measles, mumps, or whatever. Prior to 1995, when the chickenpox vaccine was introduced, nearly all U.S. children got infected with chickenpox by age 10, although usually mild, rare complications resulted in more than 10,000 hospitalizations and 100 deaths per year. I don't remember anybody dying from chickenpox. That was like... This is not giving me the proper history of chickenpox. Varicella vaccine. I can't find anything that talks about like when people started getting chickenpox. Yeah, that's something I'll have to look into. But, it's weird. Right offhand, I can't find anything that talks about the history of chickenpox. I'm worried I should be trying to give my boys chickenpox. No, Jenny. Check the link for the hoodie in the app on the shopping cart page. It works there. Let me check. I think I turned my shopping cart off. And I can't find it. There we go. Hold on. I found it. Shopping cart. Flat Earther hoodie. You know what? The link changed. I can tell already the URL is different. Oh shit, man. So I have to change all my links. That's what it is. Oof. Okay. Copy. Shit, man, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Here, let me change it. Yeah, it changed. Hold on. All my links are broke to that now. Okay. Here, but I'll open it here. Yeah. See, like, there's Steph wearing his Flat Earther hoodie. Flat Earther, Flat Earther. And then there's also the Strong and That's Retarded hoodies. Let's see. There we go. That's what happened. All my links are broke because of the URL changed. So let me change it. Oh my goodness. Let me change it so it updates in all my descriptions. Yeah, the URL is different. Okay. Saved it there. Because it used to be Mosai Music / The Strong. Now it says Mosai Galleria. That's what it is. I didn't know. So here, if you want to go get Stefan stuff, here, this is it. I don't know, I guess they changed their website. But anyway, you can see all the cool stuff that Steph's got. Look at, there's even Flat Earther shirts now. Oh, he's got Flat Earther shirts. Look at Flat Earther backpack. Flat Earther fanny pack. I might get the Flat Earther fanny pack. Socks. Look at the mugs. Cool mug. The mug's only $15, you guys. Look at phone cases. Flat Earther. Phone cases. Samsung. What? No iPhone cases? Oh, iPhone. Yeah, here we go. And yeah, cool stuff. Flat Earther. Everything that says Flat Earther. That's retarded. It's cool. All right. Hey, Jason of the Disbury family. Check out Dr. Sam Bailey. She talks about chickenpox. Very interesting view on it. Okay. I know I'd heard Amanda say something about it, but I can't remember what she said. But I would like to look into that because it seems like it could be a detox from the vaccine schedule, but I don't know. Nobody should have ever experienced chickenpox, right? Who's making maternity wear? Oh, Jenny. You know what? We could customize some maternity wear for you. That is from Stephen Carpenter, the flat earther from who plays guitar for the Deftones, you guys. That's what that is. See? Stephen? Watch. Ooh, Las Vegas, their show sold out. Plain, Ohio on the 28th. Florida, the 21st. Here, we'll look at the Instagram so you can see the pictures, right? There. There's Stefan. Right there. And Effie baby on board shirts would be sweet. See, look. Let's see, this is a better picture. There we go. There's Stefan hanging out with our own David Weiss and Alex Lowry. Look at that. Do you guys know how much crap this started on my page because his shirt says 0% vegan? I was like, come on, you guys. Come on. Look, look, look. Is this cool? I love this shit, you guys. Look at Stefan throwing down the flat sign. That's what's up. We were hanging out by the tour buses, flat smacking people behind in the backstage. That was like one of the best days ever. Best days ever. So, you know, if you want some cool flat earther gear, go there. Okay, well, I updated my link. I didn't know that the URL changed. I didn't know. So now I will update all of my... From now on, it'll be the right one. Does Nightbot spam the wrong link now? I forget if I had Nightbot spamming that or not. Maybe not. I think I was just in my links. I didn't realize that was not working. Shoot, man. Bummer. Except that it was in Atlanta. Oh my god, dude. The worst. I still have a lot of baby truther onesies. I got some baby truther onesies if you need more baby truther onesies. Alright, well, it's 1:30. I better get off of here, you guys. I've been talking too long, and I'm sure I've bored enough of you for long enough. No, he's not a vegan. It said 0% vegan. 0%. He's definitely not vegan. He's not. I watched him sit there with Ted. Oh my gosh. Him and Ted were like... He can keep pace with Ted on eating the food. See, 0% vegan. Like, we went out and had Thai food, and I could not... Dude, both of them were just sitting there just chowing down. Yeah. Alright, you guys. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. It was a pleasure hanging out with you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for calling. Metalhead vegans aren't a thing. Well, now I don't know about that, MFT, because there's the death metal vegan chef. Remember? Look at the death metal vegan chef. Where he plays death metal and he dresses all crazy and he makes vegan meals with like an axe. It's really crazy and weird. Something to look at. Anyway, much love, y'all. Thanks for being here. Also, don't forget... Nope, I see wrong Flattober. I need to update my Flattoberfest. Flattoberfest, you guys. Flattoberfest is happening in Vegas. Okay? October 21st, 2023. In Las Vegas.
Get the fuck out of Dodge, man. We're going to Vegas.
What are you talking about, Vegas?
Vegas, baby, Vegas.
What do you mean, Vegas?
Vegas, Las Vegas.
I'm not going to no Vegas.
Yeah, I think, you know what, man? We're gonna go to Vegas and,
When are we going to Vegas?
Don't forget, October 21st and 22nd. Okay, you guys, get ready. Start planning, because you guys gotta be there. It's gonna be the biggest and best Flattoberfest ever.
You think that? We're going to Vegas, Mike. Vegas! You think we get there by midnight? Buddy, we're gonna be up 500 by midnight.
Vegas!
Vegas, baby, Vegas!
Vegas! I'm gonna get some Las Vegas Flat Earth poker chips made for the event too. There's gonna be all kinds of fun stuff, fun people, and we're gonna be international this year, you guys. Gonna be international, so keep that in mind. It's gonna be a fucking blast. Don't miss it. Alright, you guys, much love. Thanks for being here. Stay flat. Be like Bob. And for those who wish to send me stuff through snail mail, you can send it to P.O. Box 10, Earl, North Carolina, 28038. There are also links below for Flat Earth merch, and you can send me donations. And I do appreciate all the support. Sincerely, thank you very much. Also, please go to flatearthfestivals.com for all information about upcoming Flattoberfests and Flat Earth friendly local meetups. If you are organizing a local Flat Earth meetup, email me at flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com with your meetup information to have it listed on the website for free. For everything else, you can email me at karenbfe@protonmail.com. Thank you for being here.